Team Liquid and Virtus.Pro. Let's head over downstairs to the Trinity Arena with Admirable, who is ready to introduce the next two teams for the second game.
Thank you, Frodan. That's right. Our next match is a decider. One of these teams will be going home. The other will move on to face Complexity for a shot at the grand finals. Our first team that will be playing. We saw them yesterday in a close bout. They lost it 4-6. It is Team Liquid. Good luck, gentlemen. Our second team did drop their match as well. However, Dr. Hippie is back with a fresh new look. Can that carry them through? It is Virtus.Pro. One team is going home, one team is moving on. Who will take it? Let's find out with TJ and Frodan at the desk.
Not cool, man. Not cool. You're lucky it was just a flesh wound, but that hurt, man. And it didn't hurt just my body. It also hurt right here, the heart, TJ.
It was the Trinity Series producers. They forced me to do it.
Contractually obligated.
Contractually obligated.
Stab or shoot your friend in the chest.
I was wondering when it was going to come.
Cool, man.
I didn't expect it to come at the finals, but alas, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Apology accepted and well met. Hope you guys enjoyed the series so far with how number one went. I mean, going 10 games every series is kind of what you want to see. Back and forth action. Yeah. When one deck just sweeps it all, it does take a little bit of the wind from the sails. You know, you feel like, they didn't come all this way just to get swept. And remember, this is an elimination match, so you know, if these guys drop from this point on, there's no more room for error. You have to make sure that you're able to win the series in order to keep your chances alive of winning the tournament.
Yeah. Now they don't go away with nothing for losing out here. They still get, you know, $5,000 per person, $50,000 prize. But
right.
I mean, a lot of these guys flew halfway across the world to come here and compete at the Burbank Studios for the Trinity Finals. So it would definitely be a pretty bitter ending to that. But let's get into it. Team Liquid sticking with their guns. They're going with the strategy that they had in their match yesterday that didn't work out for them. They're leaving up Warrior, banning out the Druid instead.
Wow. So they're sticking to their line, like you said, and they firmly believe that this is the lineup and the strategy they want. Now, Virtus.Pro is also throwing in another change up here. They saw Luminosity play Hunter, and you know what? I don't know if that's inspired them to play Hunter, or maybe the fact that they planned this all along. They're also not playing Paladin and going with Hunter in their lineup.
Yeah, so excluding a little bit of a different deck here. So I love this. I was hoping we'd get to see Hunter at least one more time as this finals went on, because it did really have kind of a great showing in their match earlier on. But we'll have to see. Maybe this is also a pivot from Virtus.Pro after they saw Team Liquid's strategy yesterday. Mm-hmm. They said, well, if they built their whole lineup around banning Druid, maybe we can try and exploit that by keeping around the Hunter deck. Not sure.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to work out. There's the lineup for Team Liquid.
Well, you know, Team Liquid does have that mage as a Reno mage. We know that for a fact. You know, we do know that they have pretty normal stuff across the board, but everything is biased towards Pirate Warrior. You know, they have, for example, Mana Worm in Reno mage, so they can have an earlier start. Mm-hmm. That's one of the many examples that they have. Virtus.Pro, on the other hand, maybe that's what they sense. You know, Hunter is good against decks that take a little bit of time to set up. You know, part of the reason why Hunter's been phased out is largely because Pirates have pushed it out of the meta, and even the decks that Hunter is considered good against, it doesn't have that much powerful tools because of how sick Kazakus is.
Yes.
But it still has a good matchup against Reno Warlock. It still has a good matchup against Reno Mage or Freeze Mage. Some of these other good decks that people are used to seeing. Hunter can sneak a win.
Yeah. And Virtus.Pro, they got a little bit more team pride coming today with Dr. Hippie's new hair. And also,
yeah, that's right.
Naaman had him yesterday, but didn't really point him out. His shoes. He's actually got the orange and black and white, the Virtus.Pro colored shoes.
Yeah. The camera caught it for just a brief second there, but I see it, black and orange. They are outfitted.
Dogs are rocking the sockless loafers.
Yeah, the boat shoes.
The boat shoes look. Oh, man.
I like
Dog's a bro.
Classy as always.
I'm just waiting for the Bermuda shorts and the top unbuttoned rolled up
Yeah.
sleeves, collared shirt.
The sailor
Yeah.
outfit.
Yeah.
I like it. Just basically a Ralph Lauren poster boy. I thought I could pull it off. He's definitely a candidate for being a male model.
Yeah. Well, are you guys fans of Dog? Let us know.
Yeah.
Roo.
Or
Franker
Franker Z. Or my personal favorite, Kappa Pride, but of course, to each their own. Let's go into game number 1, Paladin versus Shaman. Now, we've talked a lot throughout the regular season how every team seemed to use Paladin as a throwaway game in number 1, see if you can sneak a win, seem very generically bad against everything, so because it's not used to counter anything specifically, you can just toss it out. Everyone started predicting that, started opening up Paladin counters to get a first game win. And as a result, no one in the finals up to this point played Paladin. Now Team Liquid going with the level 2 strategy of saying, we'll start Paladin because maybe they don't expect us to start Paladin because everyone's been not starting Paladin.
Yeah, the next level strategy. Do you counter the meta? Do you counter the meta that counters the meta? And this is sort of that line of thinking. Devolve is going to be sort of an MVP of this matchup. Can deal with Doomsayer, can deal with Finja is the biggest one, or just Murlocs in general, because Devolve is a transform effect, so, effectively killing the Murlocs with Devolve means that it takes it away from the enemy.
Absolutely. That's the biggest swing card of the matchup. Assuming it gets to that point, there is a possibility that Paladin takes the board so commandingly that Virtus.Pro, it doesn't matter if they devolve a big Murloc board, and Team Liquid is able to just get the board tempo and accelerate that. Like say they get a Tyrion to stick because you have to hex and devolve the Murlocs. That's where you can actually win.
Well, it's Doomsayer. Looks like it's going to go off unless there's like lightning bolt picked up, but
yeah, don't want to use devolve on this Doomsayer. Seems very wasteful. The advantage is you keep Totem Golem onto the board, but your opponent can also just have True Silver Champion, the 4-mana weapon, just to kill off the Totem Golems. So it feels wasteful. Not to mention, hero powering isn't the worst thing in the world because you discount Thing from Below, which is ultimately a huge power card for either forcing Paladin to AoE clear or after it. You can force Paladin to use a quality and then load up with Jade Chieftain, for example, or you can save it for afterwards. They use a Pyromancer and a quality, and then you play Jade Chieftain with a free Thing from Below.
And definitely some power turns there. Virtus.Pro discussed it now, but I don't think they can really afford to go with Devolve.
I mean, it's worth exploring because you think about all the ways you can follow up on it. So if you devolve right now, what are you playing next? Jinyu Water Speaker, and then you have 3 mana the following turn, or 4 mana because you're overloaded.
Yeah, it looks like the deliberation there was between, I think, attacking into the 1/1 or going face to play around Solemn Vigil, because it would have been the difference of a Solemn Vigil for 1 or a Solemn Vigil for 2 with 3 minutes dying. So I guess they think it's a big deal if they can play a Solemn Vigil for 1 and play like a War Leader for 3.
Well, you allow them to play 2 Solemn Vigils if they have it, or they draw into it. You allow them to play Solemn Vigil and Acolyte. You just give them power. The important thing, though, is Team Liquid didn't play Doomsayer prior to their Finja, the Flying Star turn. So Shaman does have room to get set up again preemptively. The only problem is they don't exactly have the strongest of plays. Jinyu Water Speaker, it's still pretty good, 3/6 for 4 mana, but it's not really having high impact. You usually want Jinyu Water Speaker to be getting you the tempo by healing a high health minion, so that way you really annoy Paladin to the ends of the earth.
Yeah, if they try and set up, a lot of times they don't really set up for AoE that much, but saving something for True Silver Champion also a big deal. Let's go and listen to Virtus.Pro. A little bit of a tough turn here. Let's go and hear their thoughts.
And coin thing?
Yeah. I mean, we don't want to play Junior, we don't want to play Bran into Koda.
Oh yeah, they play Koda.
Yeah, they play Koda.
I mean, I think we devolve it though, because it's just too much pressure.
Sacrifice if we get blue gill.
Do we even bump? Wait. Do we even bump it?
Of course.
What if they play like Flame Tongue?
So,
I guess we have a quality, right?
like, no matter what, we bump it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just considering Flame Tongue they trade and we can't kill it because we don't have True Silver.
I mean, we can equality.
Yeah. That's what I was saying.
They trade up one of them regardless. It's just the only thing we worry about is the 3-3.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think it's worth devolving it.
Yeah, devolve it.
But what else do we play? Do we want to bump? Yeah,
We just wait, right? Let's see what comes out of this, right?
Yeah.
How do you like Tunnel Truck Maelstrom?
We don't really have anything to play for the next turn, except for Bran. Maybe just Portal and trade. Without playing truck? No, but actually, yeah.
Yeah,
no,
without playing
great.
truck, could be good now.
I think we play Portal, yeah.
Just Portal.
I think we trade.
Yeah, try
I think, yeah, with such medium, you can play truck. Yeah, just play it.
Play truck?
Yeah, put it on the second now, to the right. Yeah, like here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's so good. No Hex.
I mean, they might hex this.
If they don't have card draw, we just win. Like, they need a mana tide or something.
True.
We might not play Tyrion next turn because we need to bluegill as well.
Mm-hmm. They might get a healing totem though.
Yeah.
Please help! I'm trapped in the graphics room.
Yes.
No?
Is he confirming if he's in the graphics room and he's trapped? I feel like I'm in a game of Clue. It was TJ with the bow in the graphics room.
Oh no.
Apparently
Apparently nobody's trapped in the graphics room, so if there is someone there, too bad.
well, someone's clearly there if they're doing the overlays and stuff.
Sorry, pole guy.
I guess they're asking if we are willing to help them, in which case, absolutely not. We're enjoying this game. You know, interesting use of Devolve just on Finja to slow down the momentum from Paladin. And I love that Virtus.Pro is keeping in mind of the Stampede and Kodo and the Curator list. That is something that we temporarily forgot to mention.
Yep.
That Team Liquid does play the Beasts and the Curators with the Dragons and Murlocs. It's got some really interesting synergy across the board.
Now, one thing that may not even come into play in this match, there was a Murloc Tiny Fin that came from the Devolve on the 1-1. So that could end up diluting the Murloc pool on like second Anyfin.
It gets to that point.
Assuming it gets to that point.
How many Tiny Fins have to die, TJ, before rotation, before they're set free into the wild?
That's so fitting.
No consecration, unfortunately, for Team Liquid. Even if they did, they don't have the Pyromancer, and the Adjudic's too expensive to play with it right now. Tyrion plays directly into Hex, but Virtus.Pro has the Hex anyways. So Team Liquid's in a terrible, terrible spot. And now that Flame Tongue is there to punch even more damage. This is looking pretty bad. The only thing that Virtus.Pro has to weigh is how far they want to extend into equality.
Yeah, there's been quite a few cards in the hand that they can assume are, you know, kind of dead with the plays that Team Liquid's made. But let's go and listen in now. They're deliberating on how far to extend. Let's go ahead and hear their thoughts.
Top decked it.
They probably has another one.
Yeah, they probably do.
Because they discussed this like for too long. What they have situational cards like Storm, second evolve.
All right.
Lol.
Equality, Conk, Hero Power.
I guess so.
I
mean,
yeah.
Drake works more than quality.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Equality, Conk, Hero Power. That's good.
They probably have like 7 drop. Actually.
The Jade Chieftain? They haven't played any Jades, right? None.
Do you think play Naya?
Why don't you...
What are the plays?
Yeah, Chieftain is one.
I mean, there's Chieftain into Branaya, right?
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah, I kind of like Bran Naya for the next turn more.
Yeah. It's 1-1 Jared, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just 1-1. But I mean, we're gonna get 5-5 on the board. If they have Aldred, they're gonna use it. and they're gonna be left like Alder is probably the deductor card, so they're gonna be they're gonna have seven.
How many mana do they cost? Oh, these are the 2 cards from the top, right?
Yeah.
So they still have 5 deducted.
Mm-hmm.
I think we still play Jade.
Yeah,
15.
play it.
Mm-hmm. I mean now they won't play Curator. If not the Curator, if Curator is deductor card, then yeah, it's like the worst one. Curator and Alder. And we haven't seen Drakes.
I didn't even know they were playing Drake.
Yeah, same.
Well, card draw, damn.
They don't have cards either.
We don't have answers.
We have a better board now, though.
Yeah, that's true. How many cards do we have left? Our best.
I just want to say that this is a large reason why I enjoy the Trinity Series so much. You get to listen to the players' insights. That they are just hand reading almost perfectly at this point. You know, Team Liquid saying, you know what, I think they have second Hex because they tend to play very slow for no reason at this point, and they're kind of pegging them on it. Virtus.Pro says, you know what, they've only been playing cards from the right. How many cards they have? I think 5, and it's exactly 5. And Team Liquid's like, you know what, Naria is like, I think they have the Jade Chieftain, and they totally do.
Yeah.
And then Virtus.Pro's like, I think they have the Aldor because of the way they play this. It's so interesting, man. That's why I think it's so fast.
Yeah, I agree. It's the evolution of Hearthstone. Yeah, makes our job easy. We're
not even needed.
They provide the insight. We just repeat what they say.
You know, all things considered, Team Liquid does have the anyfin can happen, but I don't think many Murlocs died this game. I think they have
Murloc Tinyfin.
They could summon 1 Murloc Tinyfin back and then 2.
Sweet. Well, they have Bluegill Warrior, but there is some merit in like hexing Bluegill Warriors in this matchup because it severely reduces the impact that anything can happen has, because the maximum amount of chargers that they can have is limited. But Team Liquid's smart. No, not again.
Tap the casters. Because
Please.
that worked out so well last time, right?
Yeah. We'll show you guys. Say yes. Oh no, say no or else.
Or else what, TJ?
We'll get out my
Or
bow.
else we'll engage in emote only chat. Yeah, TJ's getting out his bow and arrow.
I have my bow and
no.
arrow, and I'm not afraid to use it. Chat, don't you dare.
You should totally believe
I
him. I'm
better-
the first victim.
I better see some more no's.
Oh my goodness.
I'm holding Dan hostage.
Yeah,
If you sap us, Dan gets it.
The chat clearly came for one thing, and that's to listen to the players. Let's go ahead and tune into Virtus.Pro.
Afraid of it. If they had consecration, they would have used it the previous
Just
turn.
because it's damage on the board.
Nah.
And we will get Jade
Yeah,
from Aya,
wait.
I guess. I don't want. Do you want red Jade or? Okay, do it.
I don't think we ginger now, do we?
Yeah, don't. No. That's fine, yeah. It's worth.
We have 2 activators.
Here we go. Just to receive the taunt, kill the 3/3, kill the flame taunt.
Yeah.
Go face.
Yeah.
Reporting for duty.
Oh man.
Yeah, you played that one for sure. To the left.
Left one.
Yeah, I mean like we don't have flame taunts anymore. Yeah, just put it to the left. We want to pop Aya.
Do we?
Yeah. So yeah, you hero power. I don't
I like hero power and Talnos.
You play Talons for sure.
So I
power.
like just trading the board.
hero power first. Let's see what the totem is. I don't really like playing Talons.
Why
No, we
not?
need cards. We need cards really
Why do
badly.
you want to keep Talons?
For we like with the storm, but I mean they're not gonna They
I want to trade like this. I want to trade the Aldor, and I want to use the claws. I don't want to pop Aya.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, works.
Because we don't have to clear now.
Yeah. Come on.
Just play it.
And kill
Yeah.
the Zudrik.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
Yeah. We needed like Curator into Murloc there.
So I think Virtus.Pro, by the way, is putting Team Liquid on the anyfin hold because they've just been passing with a few cards in hand.
Yeah, a War Leader picked up off the top, played by itself with a hero power. That, I mean, that screams situational cards with not many Murlocs in the pool. It means that there's anyfin.
Yeah, and I actually kind of heard Virtus.Pro in the comms just talking about specifically that, saying I think they have at least one anyfin, so we have to hex that. Assuming they don't pick up a better option, they do have Jade Claws to follow up with it. Man, that thing's what, a 5/5 now?
Yeah.
Can't really mess around anymore. You're starting to get low in health. Jade Claws starts pressuring. They have Aya, so that way, even if they do clear, there's a follow-up 6/6.
Yeah.
Is that far enough? I don't think using Jade Lightning here is what you want necessarily because, or sorry, Jade Claws and Jade Lightning, because I think that's extending a little bit too far onto the board.
Yep, I like just the Jade Claws because you can start pushing damage as well. They don't extend with the Jinyu Water Speaker. Bluegill.
It's a little bit too expensive.
So at the moment, I believe anyfin just summons a Murloc Tinyfin and one Bluegill.
Yeah.
If I'm correct there, I don't remember the War Leader, any of the War Leaders being played besides the one that got Hex last turn. So that's not good.
Yep, and I think that means Team Liquid's dead because the taunt just stops them.
That is terrible. Okay.
At least another Tinyfin doesn't have to die though.
Yeah. He'll take his little sword and he'll live to see another day.
Virtus.Pro takes game number 1 in this best of 11. We're just getting underway, and you know what? I don't even think Team Liquid's that disappointed. It seems like everyone has Paladin's number this weekend. Paladin hasn't really gotten huge victories for for any team.
Yeah.
And you know, Team Liquid is trying to go a little bit to the next level, right? Thinking people are trying to counter Paladin so much in the first game that maybe Team Liquid says the thing to do that's unexpected is just to play Paladin.
Yeah. There is a pretty big metagame going on. I mean, throughout the whole season with what deck to open with, because you got to find the balance of, well, do I want to just try and feel out my opponent and, you know, play a deck that is not necessary to my win condition, a deck that I'm not really going to use to counter anything later on, or do I really want to try and mind game my opponent, predict what they're going to play, and play the counter to it?
Yeah, so Virtus.Pro now has Jade Shaman on the deck, so Team Liquid has a decent amount of answers to this if they want to play Reno Warlock, if they want to play the Freeze Mage. Both those are definitely capable options. Virtus.Pro, they've got that Hunter in the lineup, which I'm anxiously waiting, because if Team Liquid plays the Freeze Mage, then maybe Virtus.Pro busts out the Hunter at that point. And remember, they also do have the Pirate Warrior. This is something that is the most interesting thing about this series, is whether or not Team Liquid's strategy of trying to counter people with Pirate Warrior, see if it works out for them. Because, I mean, yesterday it didn't work out.
Yeah, they had the... They said yesterday with their strategy, they were trying to trade a bad deck for a good deck by trying to hard counter with Reno Mage. A Reno Mage that's specifically teched for the Pirate Warrior matchup.
Which they lost yesterday.
Which they lost. They chalked it up to being unlucky. But if you're going to build a deck to hard counter something, it better be really good against it.
Yeah, it needs to be extremely one-sided, which, you know, they said they teched against it, but they still had some of these really late-game more-tier cards, like Archmage Antonidas, for example. You know, it was just stuck in the hand for so long, really doing, like, you know, is Emperor Thaurissan really necessary in a lot of those builds if you're trying to just kill the aggro decks? It's interesting to think about, but something that we'll evaluate later. Right now, Team Liquid is going to counter queue with Priest. Now, Priest is a deck that's just been rock solid since the nerf of 7.1. Team Liquid is putting their faith in the light. Well, actually, that's Paladin. Putting their faith in something. What does Priest say?
The light shall burn you.
I guess they are putting their faith in the light then. Huh.
I think the changes to the Small Time Buccaneer plus the change to Spirit Claw hurt Shaman, like specifically a lot in this matchup, because it's a lot of it's about that early board and gaining control of it.
Yeah.
And it really hinders their ability to deal with early game stuff.
Yeah.
Northshire Cleric, Wormrest
Specifically
Agent.
this.
Yeah, specifically this. So now in the past they would have Small Time Buccaneered last turn and then Jade Claws and gotten a free trade into Northshire Cleric. Now it's much more of a battle for early game instead of just them running the Priest over.
I do think Priest is the class that has the edge in this matchup, primarily because mid-range Jade Shaman takes a while to ramp up to what they're doing, and Jade Shaman can't really win back the board without Lightning Storms, and sometimes Storm's not enough. You need to have either a spell damage one or all of them have to hit exactly high on the targets, and that's always too much of a gamble for me. You know, Dragon Priest has a ton of stats onto the board. We'll see what ends up happening at this point. They're going for a Jade Claws attack, which kind of plays into Team Liquid's hand because they didn't have a Wormrest Agent to follow up, and they have a second Cleric.
So they can draw 2 cards here. I think Virtus.Pro was trying to force the heal to make Team Liquid's turns awkward, but it sort of just plays right into it with the pickup. Interesting to see the meta report, what you guys think is favored here. It's very close. But let's go and listen into Team Liquid, see what they're debating about.
He can
Totem?
Totem only.
Okay, yeah.
Unless he top takes totem.
So Cleric
totem.
is probably fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Is someone injured?
Gotta think about it, you know?
Yeah.
Not rush.
True.
Trade.
Yeah, trade. So you go... Do you go for Brun? Probably.
Yeah, we play it. Even if he lightnings it, it's worth it.
Yeah, that'll be Guardian.
Yeah, and then we go Corrupt or Operative. Do we get charge of this?
I mean, with Portal, we're getting, we're putting Cleric down to 1-1. They have to decide, either they heal it, or they lose Cleric.
But I mean, we want to have portals with our devolves, right?
It's not that good.
But if you hero power,
I think you portal this.
You portal?
Yeah.
I kind of like Portal, yeah, because they have the option to heal or to put the minion down.
3 charges, maybe we'll get lucky.
Yeah, just get the charger. I like Portal because, yeah, just waiting for the wolf, I think it's not worth it.
And it's not that good.
No.
And it's not that good versus devolves.
Yeah.
Portals. Portals not that good versus devolves. You're playing against Priest, not against Shaman.
I mean, early in the game it's kind of okay, but yeah, later in the game it's just bad.
Just pass.
It's better.
Better.
Bran is better against Jade Spirit, but it's a lot worse against Jade Lightning.
Yeah, like this is so good later,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, if they play Jade Spirit, we have a 3-6 to contest
Yeah,
it.
exactly. So I think this is better.
Yeah.
Once upon a time.
Deathwing is not bad. Like
I think we picked Deathwing.
we have plays for days, right? Until Deathwing.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah.
That's all.
I'm not sure about Genie.
No, no Genie. The
I
next
like
time is
Genie.
Drake, then Aya, then... You like Genie? Why?
So I can go Hex next turn.
Hexing what? The 3-6?
Yeah.
You wanna hex the 5-6?
Yeah, but like...
I would go Genie here.
Yeah,
like,
but the next turn I wanna go Drake.
You don't want to go on Drake. What
do we really want to go Drake? If they
I mean,
play the 3-6, it just
Drake,
dies on board.
Drakes do nothing.
It's like
Corruptor?
super bad. And I want to play the Genie before they go to turn 6.
Nah,
Let's
kinda
go.
true.
I mean, Drake on 5 does nothing.
Like when they have the story now, it's like super. I don't know. It's really annoying.
Okay, yeah, agreed.
Oh, man. Virtus.Pro's turns are just getting pretty awkward. With Jinyu, they pretty much tunnel in on the Hex next turn.
Right.
And, I mean, I like the discussion, you know, can we afford to just pass a turn and wait to Hex the Draconid Operative? Or do we need to get something on the board and maybe our next turn's not as great to try and set up for future turns that are good?
Yeah, it's certainly interesting to think about because Virtus.Pro saying that playing Azure Drake into that board would just mean that they're falling super far behind. But Liquid's got a ton of value. One thing I do want to say is that every team has passed on an opportunity to get Deathwing. And
Light Warden.
Yeah. Well, you probably kill the Light Warden. You don't want to give him a weapon plus leave Light Warden on the board.
Maybe it depends if they roll Healing Totem or not. Oh no! Now they have to kill the Light Warden.
I think they were always going to kill it. You know, if you kill the deadly for it, you give them the option of using the weapon.
I suppose. Yeah.
Then and then they also could heal
you're
something.
Right. You're right.
Right.
Yeah. I just like to make things dramatic, Dan.
That's why you're a great commentator, TJ. They do happen to play into Blackwing Corruptor right now, though. Looks like Operative is the better choice since they can get a value trade anyways. Ooh, Jade Lightning ain't bad.
Yeah, Jade Lightning, Priest, one thing that it doesn't have very much of is like spot removal. They have Shadow Word Pain, Shadow Word Death.
And Bookworm.
I guess Bookworm.
Blackwing Corruptors considered spot removal.
Yeah, but, you know, compared to like Shaman, who has a lot of hard removal and stuff to supplement their minions.
It's true. I mean, I feel like Priest actually struggles with AoE, if anything. They only have Dragonfire Potion, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's partially why
Holy Nova.
People... Yeah, it's partially why a lot of people consider Dragon Priest to be so unfavored against Jade Druid, because they don't have light bomb.
Yeah, I guess a better way to put it is they don't really need more minions, so why not Jade Lightning? Let's go listen in to Team Liquid. Lots of options here. Looking good for them. Let's take a listen.
They show Talon Priest without like being weak to Hex or Devolve next another Devolve.
Yeah.
I think you hex it.
Yeah, you hex. Wait. Do we really need to hex it?
We need tempo.
What to do?
What else would you play? Hex, Flame Town, Hero Power, or Totem Golem? Hero Power, right?
Probably Totem Golem.
Yeah, but we want to defend our Flame Town. Like if it's a Town Totem, it's gonna be so awesome.
It's only 25%. I like hex it and play Totem Golem.
No, the next turn just go Chieftain?
Yeah.
Okay, works.
So Hex, Flame Tongue, and Totem Golem?
Yeah.
Do we kill the minion? No, right? We get to push 5 damage face.
I think
We kill Cabal, no? Yeah.
Cabal for sure, yeah.
Do we Hex first?
Kill it, no, kill it as well, because they got one card from our deck. Yeah,
So what about just Corruptor? And kill the Flameton? And the Power Shield Corruptor?
Blackwing the 3/3, right? And kill the Flame Tongue.
Yeah, and buff the...
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
like
fine.
that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's good.
I wield the power.
They have 2 cards left.
Yeah. They probably only run 1 mana Tide.
So we save Pain for Mana Tide.
Yeah.
I mean, we have Jade Lightning for it as well, but Jade Lightning is better for the next Jade that comes out. That's why they do it.
I mean, Team Liquid picked up Deathwing because they said after we're done playing all this value, we can just use Deathwing. They don't look like they need it. They're grinding out the Shaman, who still has a little bit of reload with Azure Drake and Jade Spirit, and they are building up in the Jade count. But it's just kind of hard to imagine a world where Virtus.Pro will be able to outvalue a hand that has another brand operative combo. You know, the fact that they have so much spot removal in Jade Lightning and the Shadow Words. And the ultimate answer to in Deathwing. You know, their opponent's ready to use the Hex. How else are they going to deal with Deathwing if they have to use another Hex somewhere else?
Constantly roll Stoneclaw Totem and kill the rest of the minions.
The perfect counter.
The perfect counter to Deathwing. But the debate here for Team Liquid is definitely between whether or not they want to get Brand, Corruptor, or Operative Value now, or Jade Lightning and try and find another play like Twilight Guardian plus Power Word Shield. Well, looks like they're just going to try and clear off the board. We heard the discussion last turn, which revolved around saving Shadow Word Pain for Mana Tide Totem because of how little resources Virtus.Pro had. But I just like taking full control of the board here.
Man, that's not a card that's very useful for Virtus.Pro. So they might go digging with the Azure Drake or choose to go wider and a little bit slower. They have two options to either maximize their hero power for value or try to hope that Azure Drake can pull them out. That's not exactly the best card. And to make matters worse, Jade Spirit summons a 5/5, which directly trades into the 5/5 Golem. Or even worse, maybe his opponent can deal with the 5/5 Golem and Azure Drake drops, which is one of the most powerful cards against Priest.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, this matchup does come down to just the board. We have seen it come down to value, but if you take control of the board, it means that you're the one sort of dictating the value because you're the one that's dictating the trades.
Right.
And Priest is probably one of the best classes in the game at trading because of the hero power. You know, it can manipulate the board in a way that no other hero power can.
Yeah, certainly. You know, many argue the best, especially in the late stage of the game. The hero power is by far one of the most powerful in the late stage of the game, considering how good it is to stick minions. Really force your opponent to use suboptimal removals. If they're 1 health out of range of Jade Lightning, you know, then all of a sudden everything changes. Looks like they're taking it just a little bit slow, which I actually like, because they're not sure about what their opponents have. If they extend really far into the board, maybe their opponents can get a big Lightning Storm or big Maelstrom Portal. And I mean, Virtus.Pro is picking up some pretty good cards here. Jade Chieftain keeps them competitive in the game, so let's go ahead and listen in and see how they're going to be able to pull themselves out of this big hole.
Yeah, we have Jade Claw.
Yeah, but Jade Claw. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, just play the whole hand. Yeah, seems like that. Yeah.
In mid lane, far left. Far left maybe? No.
Warriors, come out to play.
Sweet trades, but
Yeah.
Brown operative.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's go.
Wait.
Yes, let's go.
Oh.
No, wait.
I was gonna say Drake Death Heal is better, right?
No, you don't test this.
Okay.
We just have a free trade. We have 5-1 in 1-1.
Yeah, but we have a free trade to the 5/5, right?
But
it doesn't matter.
We're gonna get Hex here.
Flameton.
Yeah, Flame Tongue.
Look at board state.
Flameton.
Like we could devolve the
Flameton.
Talnos.
Flameton.
Just wait.
Flameton. Flameton. Flameton.
Yeah, that's probably right.
We have the insane
I mean,
trade.
devolve's okay, but yeah, Flame Tongue's fine.
Yeah.
It's not okay, it's bad. No,
Devolve, right? No.
No, we don't need devolve anymore.
Yeah.
Drake.
yes, Drake.
No.
Drake.
Flameton, play. Flameton.
Where do you position?
Flameton.
Let's go. Into the 1/3, right? And
2/3.
Trog or 2/3?
2/3.
2/3.
Okay, nice.
They're gonna get Jade Lightning, I'm also certain.
Flame Tongue?
Nice positioning on the Flame Tongue Liquid. LUL. Of course, they didn't know that. They played operative without that in mind.
Yeah, but Virtus.Pro's out of stuff.
They're out of stuff and they're out of luck because their opponents kept Bran on the board. So double Azure Drake draws. Wormist Agent gets to be a 3/4 if it ends up hitting the board. Deathwing can clear the board twice, which I don't know if that works that way. I
think it does. I think the battle cries trigger first and then the minions are resolved.
So it would kill like Harvest Golem, for example?
Ooh, that's a good question, actually.
That's what I'm saying. If you have Brand, I've never had the ability for Brand into Deathwing. So would it kill a Harvest Golem?
Isn't it battle cries before death rattles? So the Harvest Golem would die, the second Deathwing would trigger, and then you'd be left with a Deathwing and a 2/1. But the Brand would like sort of live on the board, so you'd see the animation twice.
Definitely a disguised Toast question. He'll have the answers. He's definitely into the Hearthstone science.
We'll have to go visit him.
If we can bail him out of jail. Well, Team Liquid just seems like they're going to be so far ahead. I think they're just contemplating about Lightning Storm as the last possibility because all their minions are at 4 health, which is just barely in range of a spell damaged Lightning Storm, and that's what they're trying to hedge against.
Yeah. But this is pretty much just going through the motions. Team Liquid doesn't seem like there's going to be a way out for Virtus.Pro. They're just going through the motions. There's the concede, Virtus.Pro. They take 1-1 with Shaman, but they're not going to have the success with it that we saw from Luminosity in the first series of the day. Dog in his boat shoes.
You're pretty fixated on that, aren't you?
No, that's just such a... Even like his pants that ride up when he sits down to show his ankles. I'm into Dog Style.
Fashion.
I'm into Dog Style right now.
The preppy fashion. Abercrombie and Fitch. He's that kind of guy.
There they
I
are.
love it. The streaming leg hairs just coming down to that clean cankle. That clean shaven Achilles heel. What an Adonis of a man.
Not even a farmer stand on his feet because
he doesn't
he
go
doesn't go outside.
Everything you love. Well, you know, Show and Team Liquid definitely feeling pretty good about it, but the series is just getting started if you really think about it. Part of the reason why Shaman's a lot weaker, or any class is a lot weaker early on into the best of 11 is that there's so many available counters. You have to start thinking about your early game and your end game. Because when you start getting to the late stages of this best of 11, you start wondering about how many decks have weak matchups. And then, you know, are we saving it? So, for example, there's probably multiple ways to counter this Dragon Priest, Freeze Mage, for example, Pirate Warrior, Arena Warlock. But what has the worst coverage versus the best coverage? And you kind of from this point on, you usually want to queue in the deck that has the worst coverage. So, you know, if Arena Warlock, for example, has a lot of bad matchups outside of the one counter, you probably want to queue that up because it can get that win out of the way.
Yeah.
Because it won't really counter many other decks.
Yeah, Warrior ends up being sort of that ace deck. Yeah, that, you know, is a term you've heard us mention throughout the Trinity series. It's a deck that you sort of want to save to clean up at the very end, which is how Complexity used it yesterday against Team Liquid to beat them. So
yep.
I can expect Reno Warlock is going to be the choice, is what I'm getting at.
I expect Reno. I wouldn't be too upset at you know, a Pirate Warrior coming out to play early, because Pirate Warrior has pretty good matchups across everything. Granted that Pirate Warrior, you know your opponent's trying to kill it, specifically with a counter, so they're trying to bait the Mage out first, but it doesn't seem likely. Team Liquid seems to be holding on to Reno Mage for dear life to kill the Pirate Warrior, and if their opponents get a win with it, that's when they queue it up. Which is interesting to think about, because maybe that's why Virtus.Pro starts Shaman, because Shaman is weak to Reno Mage to a certain degree. Well, not the mid-range Shaman, only the aggressive Shaman. I'm trying to think of different things happening.
I think that it's got an okay matchup against the Jade Shaman as well. It's not like Druid where you have sort of that infinite Jade potential where eventually the Jade's going to get out of control.
But Jade Shaman is so good at pressuring the Reno Mage that it feels like Reno Mage struggles in that matchup.
That's a great point.
But anyways, let's go into the game number 3. Virtus.Pro is queuing up that Reno Warlock for the Dragon Priest. Now, we've seen a lot of upsets from Dragon Priest just because of how much value you can get late game against the Reno Warlock and present similar threats to what a Shaman does, which is just enough to make the Reno Warlock panic and have to use Twisting Nether on 3 minions, but they still have 5-6 cards in their hand, ready to reload and threaten the Reno Warlock again. So even though there's Kazakus and Twilight Drake, there's still no guarantee of Virtus.Pro being able to win back the board.
Most of the success in this matchup for Dragon Priest comes from early pressure. So, you know, that's sort of the catalyst to getting that value. Let's go and listen in to Team Liquid. Early game is important. Let's see how they want to tackle it.
Job's done.
Yeah, that's not that great.
Well,
I mean, they're not gonna play
now I'd
turn
want
2.
the pain, right?
Yeah.
Now I'd be like, yeah, okay, we can.
So there's a consideration here to play around Doomsayer by playing this first.
No.
Well, wait, let's
If they play Doomsayer on 2, we play Cleric, Coin Talon Priest on 4.
They will never play Doomsayer on 2. It is for turn 3.
Yeah, but then why will we play Cleric?
Because we can cycle her
draw.
later.
We can do it every time.
If they play Doomsayer, we're not playing Cleric and then heal. We just cycle.
They don't play Doomsayer, they just said, on turn 2.
No, but turn 3. So instead of losing this, we're gonna cycle the Cleric on turn 3.
I don't know. It seems sketchy to me.
We're losing 1 damage.
I'd rather play Whelp. It's not 1 damage.
It's not worth it to play around Doomsayer this way.
It's double the damage every turn, right?
Yeah, like if we're going, if we're going this next turn, it's gonna be 1 miss damage.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I think Whelp.
Okay.
I'm not too concerned.
I don't think you think too much about Doomsayer.
No. That's the way we have. We already have the early game. That's the way we lose Doomsayer. We lose for sure against Doomsayer.
Yeah.
They have another dragon in hand.
No, yeah.
I mean, you probably tap, right?
Yeah, tap here. I mean, why was it taking that long to go down to 4? But yeah, just playing one dragon to 3 to finish.
That's true.
Right. I think cleric is better.
Actually, yeah, cleric is
Cleric
fine.
is better. Yeah.
So they can Hellfire soon.
He's less weak to Doomsayer.
Yeah.
You think too much about Doomsayer.
No, I don't.
They're gonna have
I don't.
Doomsayer.
Just because we wanted to go off.
Yeah.
Y'all the silence, easy. Aw. Feels bad.
Silence, let's go, or pain.
Yeah, silence is better. Feels bad, man.
Yeah.
Feels bad.
It's not that bad.
I mean, we could have been in a really good spot now.
No, we would have a 2-3, and that's it.
I don't think keeping pain off coin is right.
We would have 2-3. We wouldn't have cleric.
Yeah, off coin. Sugar.
At this point, I don't even know what they're arguing about.
I think that, well, they're just trying to optimize their play.
Sure.
Team Liquid debated whether or not to keep Shadow or Pain because of Doomsayer, primarily spearheaded by Sho. Naria says, you're too afraid of Doomsayer. If you play so much around Doomsayer, then you're going to lose because it's a Reno Warlock. They only have one Doomsayer, and even if they hard mulligan for an early game, doesn't mean that they have it all the time. So Naria's trying to talk about percentages. Sho's saying, well, in the specific case, we just get blown out. You know, in the end, both arguments have some merit. And they're still talking about
They're
it.
still.
I'd rather play Flame Tongue Totem.
Yeah, I keep hearing the word Doomsayer come out of Naria's mouth from across the stage. But looking at this turn, Virtus.Pro can trying to probably set the best possible way for them to get down Emperor safely next turn.
Right.
I'm thinking a hit-in and then an Earth Ring on the Twilight Drake to keep it healthy. They can also just remove the Guardian off the board with Shadow Bolt, but Shadow Bolt hits Cabal Talon Priest, hits Blackwing Corruptor. It's a pretty good resource, but I guess they want a clear board for Emperor.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't seen a Talon Priest yet, so they leave up a minion. Talon Priest can get value, as well as good trades. A 3/3 goes into a Blackwing Corruptor. So you don't really want to set up a board where your opponents can win it back pretty easily. And now Team Liquid does have this Azure Drake up, and Emperor Thorstein is not the cleanest.
Not at all. Earth Ring Farseer can protect it. And M-Gang Boss is not bad. They've drawn a lot of cards since then, but they saw there was no Shadow or Pain in the early hand because it would have hit the Doomsayer. You really need to protect those early game minions, but there's been 3 cards drawn since then, 4 cards if you count the draw factored in for next turn. So, and there is also a lot of benefit in tapping a lot early on in this match to find answers. But let's go ahead and hear Virtus.Pro's own thoughts on the matter as they debate through this turn.
And reduce it with Emperor.
Nah. What do I mean, like, what do you want to play this turn? Just tap in for Seer and heal Dragon?
Yeah.
Kinda works.
What about double 3 drop?
Double 3 drop. But I mean, like, if you play the Emperor the next turn, not on the 8th turn.
Oh, we can play double 3. Just get some pressure.
So double 3 it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, silence is good.
Oh.
Silence Corruptor.
And what else? And trade into the
Trade.
3/3.
Yeah.
Seems good.
What about Face? Because they have Abyssal Enforcer next turn. We play right into the Abyssal if we trade.
Yeah, Face is better actually.
Yeah, go Face then.
I wield the power.
We only get punished by Argus.
By the Face play.
But Argus is not a bad.
Argus isn't bad. Yeah.
We have Bookworm for the imp.
They've already used the Shadow Bolts on all the heals and stuff.
Yeah, they used Coil also a punish.
Summon to 3 friendly minions, he's over Doomsayer died.
I don't know.
I mean, like 8/8
What
demon.
about 8/8?
I think I went 8/8.
I think 8/8 is better.
No, yeah, we didn't have.
We have Drake, we have Drake, we have Doomsayer. It's
Alright.
not the best minions.
Transform until you deal.
Probably deal.
Either sheep or DL.
Deal seems better.
Because we already have twisting, right?
Yeah.
And then we PO the...
Force here.
Why?
Why not? Why do we want to keep an boss on the board?
Because then we contest the 5-4 better?
No.
Yeah, I would.
Imp
Yo,
boss?
Imp.
And trade into Drake.
No, right now.
Yeah, pretty low.
Yeah, on live, yeah. We have to find Mr. Reno.
You don't like Talon Priest, Talon Priest?
So Talon Priest to Talon Priest. We don't squeeze in a heal though.
I think Talon Priest Wormers is fine, but we need to.
Value trade heal.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's bad.
I like,
face.
operative.
No,
Like face.
operative is bad. Unless we go operative and Wormers change it and go face. I think.
What about Guardian, Cleric, hit heal?
No, we don't use Cleric here. Maybe just Guardian is fine.
Just Guardian and not Talon Priest?
We're weak against Abyssal.
Why not Guardian and Talon Priest to 5-4?
Yeah, I like that.
And then
go face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best.
We're weak to Rat and C-Tech, but can't really play around that, huh?
I've noticed that Nyria has really strong opinions about Dragon Priest plays.
Yeah, and you know, thankfully, it seems like Liquid's still keeping a pretty positive discussion based around that. This is part of the challenge of having, like, I guess, a clash of cultures. I know Nyria personally, and I don't necessarily feel like he's trying to be antagonistic. Like,
no.
You're an idiot. Why aren't you playing this? That's just the way he communicates.
Yeah.
And considering English is a second language as well as for show, then sometimes it does have a breakdown. But for the most part, the players understand that they all have the same intention. They just want to win.
Yeah.
And, you know, I do like that Nyria is also disagreeing. I think there's a lot of value in that. If you all just kind of agree on the same plays, you also miss each other's similar blind spots.
Yeah.
So it's important to catch that as much as you can. It's a good clear from Virtus.Pro, but they have no board initiative. So once again, as much as they're going to be able to use the coil, get value, Liquid can just take the board once again, which is exactly what puts Dragon Priest in the driver's seat in this matchup and why it might not be nearly as bad if Virtus.Pro is just going to be still floating at 11 health. Once Virtus.Pro gets Reno and an ability to stabilize onto the board, it's going to be lights out for Dragon Priest, but it's a big if.
Oh, Draxus is picked up here as an option for Draken and Operative. That's tough. Sylvanas is also really good, yeah. Jinx.
Double Jinx. Triple Jinx.
I don't think it works like that.
I'm pretty sure. Well, that's how. If you both tie and say Jinx, what happens at that point? Then you say double Jinx. And then if you tie saying double Jinx, you say triple Jinx.
You can't.
And then it's Jinx with cherry on.
You can't just stack your Jinx, man.
That's just how you do it. You can keep stacking the buffs.
That's OP.
You wish to live.
Jinx is quite OP, dude. Looks like Team Liquid just loading up a little bit of pressure, enough to threaten their opponent with Jiraxis as a pick. They have lethal set up. Virtus.Pro does have a way to stop it.
Multiple ways. Actually, no, just one way.
Yeah, multiple ways. They could clear the board, they could Siphon Soul, they could heal and taunt.
Yeah. Well, this is a good turn for Jiraxis as any. So let's go and listen into Team Liquid, see if that's crossing their mind.
Jiraxis? Still?
What can we get from this? Operative?
Operative, and that's it.
This is stronger, right? Just to have it developed.
That's just Jiraxis, right?
Yeah.
Wait a second.
I think we kill the pleb.
I think we play Northshire and trade and heal.
No, because then we can't Nether Split.
We can.
No, well, we can't play Operative, right? That's what I mean.
But we can get Bran.
How many? What are the odds we get Bran though? Like, that's not good.
We don't need to play operative on this board then.
Why not just Jiraxis? Does it get any better than this?
I mean, if it's Jiraxis and they have Emperor, we're dead. We don't have a clock.
If they have Emperor, we kill them soon. We can just like Nether Spite into Discover like Burn or something, right?
Alright, we gotta go fast. I think we killed it. They haven't used Hellfire or Abyssal.
We need to set up lethal.
With the face.
Yeah, that's true. If they Hellfire, they kill themselves. Yeah.
I mean, I really don't like Cleric heal. It's so slow.
I don't like Jiraxis here.
I mean, it was another Splate operative or...
Like, we don't have a way to heal us.
We don't need it. We need burn. We need kill them. We need to get in there. They have Reno. That's fun.
We're gonna be rich.
26.
Go face.
Attack phase, yeah.
They played. Did they steal 1 or 2 cards?
It's one.
After Virmist.
We need to taunt.
No,
first.
we don't need to taunt. We need the Historian.
We don't need to taunt yet.
Yeah,
Historian is better.
we're fine. They didn't run Soulfire, right?
They did not that I saw.
Okay.
Once upon a time.
Chilmo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a taunt.
I wield the power.
Do we trade now? No, we
No.
got face.
Face.
If we trade, we play around Abyssal a little bit. Because we can't bump our 5-4.
Yeah, and they have Hellfire
I think
too.
trading is better.
I like Hellfire. I
Okay.
like trading.
Okay, do it. Cleric is like useless now unless we get a Nova.
Yeah, but we're playing around MC Tech as well.
They also have like refreshment vendor mixtras, so they will heal us more.
They haven't played our their potion.
That's true.
King as well.
Say it again.
Peddler, tap, and Emperor.
When you tap first.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
Buying or selling.
Thank you.
Patches?
Patches or Voidwalker?
I think patches.
But they
We
should.
have Manipulator for extra 1 damage. Faceless.
So patches?
Is there any reason to take any...
Voidwalker because it's a taunt, right?
Yeah, but we have enough HP. And we're gonna be AoE in the next turns, so yeah.
Almost out of time.
I mean, we have enough HP, yeah. Why would we want to have the town?
Next turn,
My, have the tables turned.
Yeah, it's not every day that you see Priest able to get Draxus out first, live, and be the one pushing Infernos against the Arena Warlock. However, I kind of got to agree with Team Liquid's fear here. They're definitely saying Emperor drops. It feels like we're going to die. And a lot of the reasons is because they can't kill the Arena Warlock fast enough. They do have a really powerful hero power, though. 6/6 Infernos every single turn. And they have 2 taunts, the Wormrest Agent and Chillmaw. Chillmaw was a huge pickup, being able to stop at least 10 damage from the Leroy Jenkins Power Overwhelming, but the follow-up damage is what they're really afraid of.
Yeah, giving up their heal. There we also mentioned Northshire Cleric, not much value unless they pick up Nova, but with Nova, that could be huge. Because they do need a little bit of way to generate cards here, just to have answers to stuff.
Interesting. Trying to play around mind control tech as best as they can. At least their opponent has a Dirty Rat. No, they're going to set up the taunt. Because they need to stop the combo damage from coming in. Don't want to overextend into Shadow Flame or Twisting Nether. This is starting to come down to the wire. Virtus.Pro doesn't have that much time left. They still can stall with a Twisting Nether. They can't play Second Rate Bruiser with that, though, so it'd be Refreshment Vendor with that. Is there a better alternative?
I'm trying to think, but there's not really too much. They could try and go for like Second Rate Bruiser and Ragnaros.
Sylvana Shadowflame is
Sylvana Shadowflame
is not even that good though because of the 6 health. Okay, so they're gonna Dirty Rat and Twisting Nether. Dirty Rat pulls out Bookworm, which is not actually that useful. There's only the Refreshment Vendor that's worth targeting. So Virtus.Pro thinking about whether or not they want to follow this up with anything else. Their Kazakus Potion, I believe, transforms everything into sheep.
Yeah.
And deal 8 damage.
Deal 8 damage.
Oh no, summon an 8/8.
Did they go with summon an 8/8? Okay. There's Patches. That 1 damage could be the difference maker, considering they have Hellfire plus Ragnaros in order to try and set up for a potential victory. Let's go and listen into Team Liquid. Run out of resources. Let's hear what they think.
Cleric because of second rate or no?
Wait, if we play Cleric and this dies,
Yeah,
Cleric
dies.
just dies. It's
Oh
just
yeah,
bad.
actually. But do we set up lethal?
Yeah, right? If they don't kill it, we set up lethal for sure.
They use Siphon and Blood Crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sets up. They have refreshment vendor and Mixstress, but they have to kill Mixstress.
They can't burst us
Okay,
down.
let's.
Yeah,
You
we
don't
pass,
play
right?
then. Yes.
I think we have to heal ourselves now, actually.
Yeah. They probably can tap. Or just play all 3.
I think you play all 3.
Double 3.
I think you play Bran and then the vendor
Yeah,
and then
probably
mind
double 3.
control.
Attack with patches also.
What secrets will uncover? Funnel cakes! Get your funnel cakes here!
We're still like super low on life.
Mental dislocate.
Operative.
We operative.
Yeah.
Try to get something good.
Leroy, probably
Do
best.
Secret agent!
Nah. Shambler.
Yeah, Shambler's a taunt. It's really good.
They have no.
Yeah.
How many cards do they have?
How many cards do they have left in their deck? 6. Okay.
They only got Shadow Flame left, right?
Yeah. And they have Sylvanas.
But we don't play Shambler here. We do it for next
We do
turn.
it next turn. Yeah.
yes,
Just
yes.
Pick it.
But pick it anyway.
And we're hero powering.
Yeah, but what do we trade? Do we trade?
We trade Brown for sure.
But what do they have left? They have played
We trade twice, right?
We need to trade with weapon as well.
Yeah. We just clear the board.
Yeah. Because if you don't, they
Yeah.
can kill
We can
6
kill the
5.
taunt.
We can live up this.
No.
Because it's gonna die to this when it dies.
Yeah, but we save our taunt. That's the point.
You wanna save the taunt?
Yes. They have Hellfire though.
6 into 2/4. 2/4. 2/4. Yeah. And then that into the yeah.
And the weapon it.
Yep. Do we play anything else?
No.
No.
They can Hellfire it. We had that to Hellfire Leroy PO.
They don't have PO. Only Hellfire, Leroy, Soulfire.
No, yeah, true.
Nice. That's backfired.
Yeah, just die inside.
So we just YOLO.
Yeah.
Play the cleric too.
Yeah, everything. I think this is our best chance
How-
to win. They have Shadow Flame though. They go Soul Shadow Flame or something. We lose.
I don't think.
Yeah, you know, Team Liquid temporarily forgot about the fact that Shoma does 3 damage to their own board. They were saying, you know, we really need to pick up these trades. You know, this trade, this trade, this trade. Oh wait, Shoma does 3 damage to their own board. That backfired.
Yeah,
Virtus.Pro takes game number 3 in quite the exciting fashion. They got Jiraxxus and never played it, and Team Liquid had the choice of 2 Jiraxxus.
Yeah, and one other question remains is, does Virtus.Pro even run combo in their Warlock deck?
Yeah, it's something that Team Liquid was playing around, but I don't even know if it's actually happening.
They didn't see any of their Discover choices from Operative. We saw PO.
They did see Power Overwhelming when they traded Imgang Boss into the Azure Drake.
So it's possible that we just missed it, and it might have even been played yesterday. But, I mean, that's sort of what we expect in Dragon Priest versus Reno Warlock, but exciting fashion, as you said. Not really every day that we get to see those types of Priest versus Warlock.
Yeah, so looks like we're going to maybe take a brief bathroom break. Looks like they need to set up. Oh, no, they're just going to switch positions in a sec. For those of you who are just tuning in, we are currently in the middle of a best of 11. The loser of this match gets eliminated. Winner lives for another day to play in the final day of the Trinity Series.
They got a long road ahead of them, though, because even if they win this match, if they want to win the tournament, they have to play 2 best of 11s tomorrow. They have to play in the loser final at the beginning of the day, and then the grand final at the end of the day. So that's a lot of Hearthstone over the course of 2 days. A lot of these players are used to it, though. Most of these guys have played in those marathon Swiss tournaments, whether it be playoffs, DreamHack.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about it. I think the bottom line is you just have to win 3 series. In order to become the champion, you just have to win 3 times. If you win twice in the winner's bracket, you go to grand finals, win there. If you win twice in the lower bracket, you also go into the winner finals as well. So it's not that big of a deal no matter what happens. The top 4 has essentially just come down to win 3 series, and you're through.
Yeah. So We'll see players, like we said, switching pilots. So trying to decide what deck Team Liquid's going to have to use to counter this Reno Warlock.
Yeah, they have Freeze Mage available to them against Reno Warlock. They... Oh, no, I apologize. Team Liquid's playing Reno Mage. But Reno Mage still has a good chance against Reno Warlock.
Yeah, but their Reno Mage is... I think it's specifically designed to beat Pirate Warrior. That's part of their strategy. So I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the choice, especially since they have such a low curve Reno Mage.
Okay.
They're going to go with G Druid.
Makes sense as well.
Instead.
Yeah, Jade Druid, a very popular pick to counter Reno Warlock, but it's not even that bad for Reno Warlock if they have the Leroy Jenkins Faceless Manipulator combo. Something that's been heavily debated over the past few days. Is Jade Druid invalidating these control decks? And the truth is, it really doesn't. At least not through the way that they imagine it. A lot of people think that because Jade Idol shuffles Jade Idols into decks, that Reno Warlock can't win in the late stage of the game. That's not really true. In fact, a lot of times, the Reno Warlock can get out a fast Jiraxis safely. Druid can't burst him down. Then all of a sudden, Reno Warlock's the one creating 6/6s every turn while having powerful removal behind it. And then Jade Druid is the one falling behind on tempo. So, you know, if there's an opportunity for Virtus.Pro to get aggressive with Jiraxis, they might go for it.
It's fine balance. Fine balance indeed. Team Liquid with the Raven Idol pick up Mulch. They did have a couple good options there with another Raven Idol, maybe looking for Ramp, but Mulch is just so good against Reno Warlock because of the fact that Druid has a tough time dealing with those 4-drops. Especially Virtus.Pro going first in this match, they're going to be able to play Twilight Drake or Mountain Giant on 4.
Well, what's really fascinating is that even if Big Game Hunter wasn't nerfed, would you be playing that in Druid? I mean, because the point, a lot of people have phased out the 7-attack minions. There's the Mountain Giant that we know. But outside the Mountain Giant, everything seems to be under that. Abyssal Enforcer's tucked underneath it. The Draxus Infernos are tucked underneath it.
Jades?
I guess so. Yeah, that's true. Jade Druid mirrors. And the Flame Wreath Faceless, of course.
There's even, you know, some Reno Warlock builds that don't put Mountain Giant in because it's too slow against a faster meta.
Right. Anti-aggro Reno Warlock. You could use it against the Frothing Berserker. You have that as a tech. That is one way to answer it, I suppose. Or like the giant Bloodsteel Raider with Arcanite Reaper. Oh, man. Those are so scary. Of course, we're just, you know, being sarcastic. You don't really have Big Game Hunter for that. It's just fascinating to think that Druid, once upon a time, played Big Game Hunter over Mulch because they felt so much better. But that was during a Dr. Boom meta, TJ.
It was, yeah. Such a scary card. Let's just listen into Virtus.Pro as they go try and formulate a game plan.
Here, I mean, if they don't have Mulch, like 2 conditions, then yeah, they're just gonna get raped. What would you pick from the idol? Nourish seems to be okay-ish. Wrath.
Great thing.
Seems like Begemot is okay-ish. Yeah.
But they play Shambler, right?
Yeah, I trade both, and then I play Drake, right?
Is it good?
Better than Mulch.
4/6. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Right? It goes down to a 4/6. We have a 3/6 on board and a 4/4. They don't really Shambler. If they play Giant, we have Mulch Wrath.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Let's draw first, I guess.
Drake first.
We could innervate Wrath and save the board, but...
No, we don't need to.
We don't need to.
Because if we can Wrath next turn.
We can Wrath next turn, yeah.
Yep.
All right, well, looks like Virtus.Pro is debating a lot on how they want to handle it. Jade Druid is still going to pretty much stick to their game plan. They don't have too much creativity in this matchup. Just pretty much space your threats, play around those huge area of effect cards, and make sure you're putting out those singular threats to push for lethal as time goes on. Virtus.Pro, on the other hand, they're the ones who have to kind of finesse everything. When to squeeze in a life tap, how to utilize their removal, how best to maximize things like Faceless Shambler, because right now it's off curve. but you know, do you get better than a 4-mana 4/6 in a deck like this? Because it doesn't seem to be pairing with much else in their deck.
Possibilities.
You know, do they life tap and just play Farseer? It's definitely a hard position to be in. That's why a lot of people actually really like Arena Warlock, because it is one of the harder decks to play.
It's incredibly dynamic, and you know, really flexible, because you win in many different ways.
Interesting. They want to toss out Doomsayer here because they want to stop at turn 6. Turn 6 is a very popular turn for Druid to utilize a lot of their most powerful cards, whether it's Eye of Blackpaw, whether it's another Jade Behemoth, whether they want to utilize that opportunity to nourish for crystals and do something else. So, or sorry, nourish for cards. So, you know, Team Liquid kind of getting roadblocked here by either killing off the Doomsayer and leaving up these minions, or letting their opponents get a huge turn with tempo, but killing off the Drake and the Farseer efficiently.
Yeah, his play is sort of creative. I was actually at first expecting no attack from the Twilight Drake to try and get the biggest Faceless Chamber possible next turn, because if the attacks on border are going towards the Doomsayer, that means your Twilight Drake is safe, and you're almost guaranteeing a 4/9 setup. But I think hedging its mulch a little bit, I suppose, if they have another way to deal with Doomsayer, then this ends up becoming better, because then your attacks next turn become better. Ooh, Mind Control tech.
Yeah, Mind Control tech is available here. I don't know if they need to play it immediately, but it certainly helps in this position. The only reason why is because they actually do have answers to the board with Shadow Flame right now. So perhaps they want to save it for later. Let's go ahead and listen in on this crucial turn for Virtus.Pro and see how they're going to flip the board.
I think Shadow Flame is better. Rat and Shadow Flame. Yeah, Rat and Shadow Flame is better. Much better.
Maybe.
Yeah.
This might be better. Plays the red?
Yeah, play the Rat.
Now we can see what they get.
The worst one, but...
How do you like killing the 3/2 and doing MC tech?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
With what? With the Drake?
I would kill you with Farseer. No.
No, I'm not gonna hit into that one. Play
No,
into
no.
the swipe.
Just
I pass, yeah.
Like, at least we stole the best one.
It's a 5 damage.
5 damage.
Yeah, Thunderal Wrath.
Yeah,
So
Federal Rust this.
Let's think about it. Aya might be better. Let's think. How do we lose if we play Aya?
How do we lose if you play Federal?
We lose to Shadow Flame if we play Aya.
Okay.
That's like so good. Feral Rage.
We don't want to shuffle.
We do this.
I think we play it.
You don't want to shuffle in? Or
They're
you
big enough, right? Or is this... it's so hard to say.
We have another one to shuffle later.
Yeah.
We need our Nourish, right?
Think about board state.
Actually, no, we don't.
You don't play it.
No.
This trade, this trade, this trade.
No, we don't trade into MC tech.
Ace, right?
Face. This way we are protected against Abyssal.
Trade, Abyssal, trade. Yeah, it's...
I mean, not that much, because, I mean...
Are you sure we should have done that there? I mean, Aya was pretty... I had to think about that more, I guess.
4/6. It's gonna be 4/4.
Can we just Demon Wrath and Refreshment Vendor?
I like Demon Wrath and Refreshment Vendor kinda more, I guess. Then they're gonna have what? We've killed Fendrel.
But we need to kill Fendrel and the Dragon.
Why do we need to kill Dragon?
We don't really need to kill the
no,
Dragon.
No
I think.
relieving roots, right? It's only swipes.
Yeah, only swipes. And they probably didn't have swipes the previous turn.
Oh yeah.
Wait. Do we have to? What if we kill? Yeah, we kill Fendrel, right? Yeah. Kill. Yeah.
Battle for the board.
Yeah, just when I think Bunny Hopper has converted to just being full Norwegian, you know, because that's where he's studying for his PhD doctorate in computational vitamins.
That's it.
In the 14th second. He busts out the yeah. Just out of the blue, randomly to remind us where he actually came from. For people who don't know, Bunny Hopper is German, but pretty much identifies as a Norwegian citizen right now, or resident at least. Virtus.Pro picks up some of their most powerful tools in this matchup. They have Kazakis, they have Draxus and Shadowflame, but they haven't had a good window to use it, and the Jades are starting to really build up. Part of the problem, though, is that Team Liquid is running out of resources. Does Virtus.Pro know this? You know, can they put Team Liquid on having no resources, or do they feel like one of those cards is nourished and they're about to get blown out if they extend too far into, or if they waste their resources of AoE?
Yeah, 4 cards with Druid can be actually really scary. So it's not that they're out of resources. Also, Virtus.Pro hasn't picked up Reno yet, so they don't really have a way to stabilize their health, even if they can use all this removal. They go with a 5-mana potion. I guess they want to maybe try and fit in that with Shadowflame or Shambler next turn. They haven't really played too many minions that are great with the res, and these are pretty poor options.
Yeah, these are some of the worst options to start things off. Summon 2 friendly minions is the best individual power. They could choose to try to polymorph something as well. And they're just setting up a mediocre board at this point to try and deflect a little bit of that power and maybe soften things up for a better Shadowflame and a Kazakis potion. So I think they could summon 2 friendly minions and perhaps Shadowflame one of them, assuming the board dies.
Yeah.
Now, Team Liquid, such an unfortunate draw here. The Wild Growth in this position is actually just like the worst scenario because you can't actually benefit from the draw.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at their turn, they could Jade Idol for a 5/5, trade in Aya to get a 6/6, but then they really don't do anything else. Feral Rage is weird because they want a hero power down to 3/1. And then mulch, you don't want to mulch any of these minions. Really unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's, in the end, how bad do you really feel for the Jade Druid? The longer the game goes, the better things are for them. And they're not exactly hurting on board. They're very far ahead on board, to the point where Virtus.Pro is struggling for air. They're staring at a lethal setup.
Let's go and listen into Virtus.Pro. They got Kazakis Potion plus Shadowflame potential. Let's see what they decide to go with.
First, with the potion. With the Black Crystal Potion. I mean, like, to go with double potion.
Yeah, what we can get.
No, I like.
as I said.
I mean, we can go Giant Shadowflame next turn if we could get the Giant down to 6.
Oh yeah, true. So we wanna use just 1 card. So tap
If
and
I
potion.
tap and play Potion, we can go Giant Shadowflame next turn. What do you think about that?
Yeah, but
maybe.
this one is more safe.
We can go Potion first. We can go.
I think we can go this way, yeah, because they have Innervate, Wild Growth, yeah, that stuff.
I think you go for potion.
Double potion?
Double potion.
Yeah, I like double potion. Doomsayer. No, cool. Freeze Mage.
Just mulch.
Mulch and then play Claw and Taunt, right?
Yeah, Claw Taunt.
What if we Claw Charge? Is that ever good?
What?
What if we Claw Charge? Is that ever good?
Their only heal is Jaraxxus and Reno. I think Taunt is fine, right?
Yeah,
Because
Taunt's fine because we have lethal anyways.
It plays around Hellfire and Abyssal.
I think we need the Taunt because we protect our face.
Yeah, we don't want to take too much damage. They haven't played Emp yet, so.
We need to tap.
Hit drag.
Or he's hit drag.
I mean, we're dead if we don't hit the minion, but
We can hit PO. We can hit PO. That's it.
I mean, we can also like Siphon Soul and Blood Mage Talnos, but I'm not sure.
Siphon Soul, Blood Mage Talnos. I like playing drag. I think, yeah, it's
We
like
need
the
to
best
play
way to
rock.
win. Yeah, the best way
We need
to
to play
win.
rock.
So many
Yeah,
possibilities.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And then hope we're not dead.
Kill the 5-5, come on.
I mean, we're pretty likely dead.
Liquid is one swipe, one Feral Rage away from lethal. Just need a 4 damage source of some kind.
What is it? It's Feral
Yeah.
Rage. They got there.
Wow, J Druid just barely getting over the hump, and Virtus.Pro almost made a comeback. And I guess the people in the chat who thought Jiraxis, Erudite Lord of the Burning Legion, they thought he was going to come out. They were wrong.
Well,
that's the first time Twitch chat's ever been wrong.
That was the closest poll I've ever seen, at least over the past 2 days. That was neck and neck.
That was really tight. The Team Liquid is able to take what is, on paper, a favorable matchup for them. So by all means, they were hoping to get that win. And if they didn't, it'd be a huge, devastating loss in the series. And all of a sudden, TJ, we're starting to see the pattern once more. All tournament long, for the finals at least, we've been seeing games traded back and forth. It hasn't been one deck sweeping and running away with it. Instead, it's teams that are trading matchups, and then it comes down to which deck can get 2 wins in a row, or who can get that first favorable win and carry it all the way home. It's going to require a little bit of an upset. So far, everything's holding serve.
Yeah, so Team Liquid, they're sort of in the... not in the driver's seat, actually, because they're getting countered now. They have the Reno lock, or sorry, the Druid was going to be queued up next game, and it's going to be up to Virtus.Pro to find a counter. Will it be Rexar? Will it be the Warrior?
Yeah, all interesting to think about, because how much wiggle room do you really have with less and less matchups, and Hunter has, it can focus down on stuff. That's kind of the power of this matchup. You can save decks for later on so that the field isn't nearly as wide, and so Hunter gets better because you eliminate some of its worst matchups. Now that Shaman's out, or now that Dragon Priest is out, or some of these other decks that might give it problems. I'm not sure what it is these days. I haven't played too much on Hunter, but I imagine that's pretty weak against most of the top tier decks. If they're eliminated, then perhaps there is an actual playing room for Hunter to be able to get a win.
Yeah, it's a possibility, but while the teams debate on what deck to throw out next, we're going to give them a small breather in the meantime and head over to Trinity tonight with Admirable standing by with the Luminosity boys.
That's right. Thank you, TJ. I am here on Trinity tonight with our first grand finalist, Team Luminosity, and we got some cool thoughts and insights on the match, what they've thought so far, and also going to play a little game with these guys once we get into it. So talk to us about this match. What have y'all been feeling about this one so far? Insightful.
Kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
Just relaxing, enjoying the fact that you've made it to the finals at this point.
Yeah, we're kind of just laughing at everyone's misfortune. Nyriea's getting really excited about the games. That's kind of the point of note.
I think it's fun when people get super excited.
Yeah, he's like yelling over there for swipe.
Yeah.
Great.
Swipe, swipe, swipe. No, that didn't work anymore. Let's chant for a new one.
Yeah, I felt like he deserved that lethal since he was calling for it,
That's part of a big key to not only Hearthstone in the late game, but also during the mulligans. Chanting exactly what you want for just increases the chances that it happens.
Just need to know what you're doing.
Yeah, your teammate Muzzy's a big fan of this.
Fates and growths.
It's a great
We haven't drawn any of those.
Winning some Druid games anyway. So how are you guys feeling after? Are you just relaxing, taking your time? Are you guys going to do any serious practice tonight, or you feel like you haven't figured out?
I think we've done the practice portion. Like, we don't necessarily know who our opponent's going to be tomorrow, so we'd have to practice for 2 teams. I think we have our game plan in mind. The only team we haven't played against is Liquid, so maybe if they win here, we'll think about them a little bit more. But kind of just do some preparation.
Crosses his fingers for Liquid.
Yeah.
And he wants Liquid to win because they leave up Warrior.
Yeah, I like that.
We haven't played Pirate Warrior in months.
Is this true, Frozen?
Yes.
Everyone bans it. Everyone.
For some reason.
I bait it too, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
We do too.
I don't really like that much. We're going to play a game with 3 of you and see how well you know each other as a team building exercise happens. It's called 2 Truths and a Lie. For each player, we have 3 statements that are lined up. 2 of them are truths, 1 of them is a lie. We're going to find out if their teammates can pick out which one it is. So Chalky, yours is up first here. We got 3 facts about you that we want to take a look at and see exactly what ends up happening here. Chalky has been on 6 different Hearthstone teams. Chalky first hit Legend using Freeze Mage. Chalky's favorite card in Arena is Friendly Bartender. Zalay, Frozen, one of these is a lie. Which one is it?
I don't have any strong instincts. I think the second one's probably true.
The third one's true.
Yeah, 6 seemed like a questionable number. Like maybe it's 7.
First one might not be true.
Who knows how many
the second
teams
one
he's
might
been
not
on?
be true. The second one might not be true.
Okay, how good was Freeze Mage in early Hearthstone?
It was really good.
Yeah, and he played in like beta, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know about this Friendly Bartender thing.
It's
I don't really buy it.
I know the best card he thinks is the 7-mana 6/6 Divine Shield Man. But as for favorite, I think it might be
Friendly Bartender.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with Friendly Bartender.
No,
you don't?
No. I would go for the second one. I'd go for the
You're guessing the lie.
Yeah, we're guessing the lie.
That's
Yeah.
right. Which
So
one
it's
is a lie?
probably him hitting
You guys
Legend.
come to a consensus?
You don't think
Actually,
Freeze Mage is the
how
lie?
many
I think that's the
teams
most true one.
Has he been on? Like Mana
Dude, I'm not
Cry,
doing the math on that. There's no way.
Dignitas,
Yeah.
LG. I think that's only 3. So
Let's
I
go,
think that's the
final
first one,
answer.
first one,
All right,
first
one's the
one.
lie.
One's the lie.
Ding, ding, ding.
Nice.
Number 1 is a lie. Chalky's only been on 5 different Hearthstone teams.
Yeah, I mean like
Only 5 different Hearthstone
when
teams.
you can only name 3, like
Okay, I
it's
should have said
likely
4
it's,
for the lie. Okay.
Can you name them?
Can I?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I wrote the lie.
Fair enough.
All right, Mana Grind, Clarity, Coast, Dignitas, Luminosity.
I remember one of those.
Yeah.
The good old days.
R.I.P.
Frozen. Frozen is our second one here. 2 more truths and 1 more lie we have for Frozen. Let's take a look. Frozen has over 30,000 ranked wins. Frozen finished 2nd place at DreamHack Summer 2016. Frozen does not like sushi very much.
3 sounds true.
Dude, Frozen likes sushi.
Oh, yeah?
I think.
Do you know about the DreamHack one?
Yes, he got 2nd at DreamHack.
Nice. Good.
I don't think he has 30,000.
I don't think he has 30,000
I don't think he's that
either.
much of a gamer.
30,000's a lot.
He's like a 20,000 gamer.
I have under 15, I think.
I say 1.
Yeah, let's go with 1.
We're going with 1.
Ooh, that one stings quite a bit.
Ooh.
Sushi is actually
You misled
Frozen's
me.
favorite food.
Unlucky.
Wait,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
I just interpreted it wrong. Huh. Yeah, I thought that was the lie.
He loves sushi.
I thought they were both lies. Yeah, I knew he liked sushi. Whoops. My bad.
A new segment, 2 lies and a truth.
My
We're
bad,
better
my
at
bad.
Hearthstone. Hearthstone is the game that we play.
English is not, you know.
Well, let's see if we
rolling
can
mace.
English for number 3 here. This last one is with Zalay. 3 more statements. One of them's a lie. At one point, Zalay weighed over 210 pounds. Zalay played less than 400 Shaman games in the month of February and finished top 10 legend. Zalay played less than 400 Hunter games in the month of February and did not hit legend.
All right, he's trying to bait us because he played more than 400 Hunter games. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I'm jamming that. I'm jamming 3.
3.
That's correct. Zalay played
debated 2 of these are
more.
lies. We messed up.
Like I said, 2 lies and a truth.
Well,
the
we
new
suck.
segment.
See, I was right.
That's the way it works.
Yeah. I peaked out just under 200.
What ended up happening? What was your overall win rate in that? So do you know what it was?
I had 51% with Hunter and Shaman. Like on the way to Legend, it was 70%, and then at Legend it got a lot lower because like you only queued against people that were like the same rank. So there was a lot of games that like right around top 100 Legend players.
Well,
more like
Hunter
60 something.
unfortunately couldn't get the job done. So that's going to wrap up this segment here. It looks like guys are ready for game number 5. Let's throw it back over to TJ and Dan to bring us the match.
Thanks very much for that segment, Admirable. 2 lies and a truth, 3 truths and 0 lies, whatever the heck it is.
It depends on, which kind of team we're talking to. Virtus.Pro seems to know each other really well, so can't really get anything by them. Do want to give a shout out to Zalay, being able to lose a bunch of weight, motivate yourself, and get into good shape because he goes to the gym a lot. That's definitely a great accomplishment. I know Admirable's also dropped a ton of weight, and I think I'm all for that healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Admirable, I think he's down like 100 pounds or something, something close to that.
Yeah, he had a picture of him with his old jeans, and that jeans could have fit 2 Admirables right now.
Yeah, that's Pants-merable.
That's admirable.
Yeah.
Yep, taking a look at the series, checking back in. Looks like we're just tied 2-2. Jade Shaman from Virtus.Pro took the first win, followed by Team Liquid answering with Dragon Priest. Virtus.Pro counter-queued Reno Warlock, and then Liquid countered with Jade Druid. Now we're going to Jade Druid versus Le Pirate Warrior. And this is an early Pirate Warrior in contrast to yesterday, where Team Liquid faced a late-game Pirate Warrior from Complexity. See if this dynamic changes at all, because this is already a little bit of a tough matchup. But perhaps Liquid feels like they have a fighting chance because they got taunts in their deck, although that opening hand is really poor.
Yeah, opening hand is poor, but Team Liquid, they had a strategy with not banning Warrior, and that was to tech their decks a little bit more towards the Warrior matchup. Their Reno Mage specifically is designed to beat it, and this Druid has much more taunts with Druid of the Claws in the deck to try and stabilize a little bit quicker. Druid of the Claws has the bonus of being really good against Priest, increasing that matchup by quite a bit. So Virtus.Pro on the coin. Coin also a great tool for Warriors because it allows them to get those 3 drops up and running 1 turn sooner. But this time they're going to coin out a Fire 4X.
Yeah, this is the setup for Bloodsail Raider, which sets up 2 pirates on turn 3 for your opponent to deal with, which also means that it's a high chance that both of them survive, or one of them survives, so that Bloodsail Cultist can come out on the next turn. If not, then you have probably Berserker, and if not after that, you have the South Sea Deckhand and the Bloodsail Cultist. So everything's kind of lining up here really nicely for the Pirate Warrior. And most importantly, Druid didn't do anything on turn 2. That was their one window, I think, to have an ability to get ahead, and now they're behind.
And Virtus.Pro, Dread Corsair actually going to be an impactful draw here because next turn they can Bloodsail Cultist as long as one of these pirates sticks on the board, which it will. And then also get a free Dread Corsair.
Brutal.
So their turn 3 is going to be pretty explosive.
Yeah, absolutely brutal. The Team Liquid picks up this wild growth. A turn too late, and now Virtus.Pro can pile in the damage. Bloodsail Corsair with Dread Corsair. And I mean, Team Liquid kind of knew this was happening, though. They knew that Pirate Warrior was up, and they've accepted their fate. This is looking like a very fast blowout. Okay, Drew the Claw does help. Drew the Claw, Jade Behemoth into Ancient of War, but the problem is that they didn't get ahead in the Mana Crystals. Otherwise, they'd be playing Drew the Claw this turn. Then they'd be playing Jade Behemoth this turn, or next turn, and so on and so forth.
But Frothy Berserker, this guy is going to get pretty big because they have some nice trades lined up. And that Druid Claw might meet a pretty short end. It's going to absorb damage, but that's about it. They're preserving minions.
Yeah, they're preserving the minions. Double Nazat's first mate is a little bit weak draw, but they don't need much else. Liquid picks up the Innervate, but the Innervate comes again a little bit too late. They were able to Innervate out a 5-mana minion, or even if they Innervate out a Nourish and got crystals, it would have paid off dividends now. But at the moment, Team Liquid's really struggling to find an optimal play here.
We heard Luminosity in that last segment crossing their fingers that Team Liquid was going to win because they want to play Pirate Warrior too.
Yeah, well, I mean, of course, Team Liquid is, if they lose here, gets 4th place, which seems to be the common trend when you look at Team Liquid across the field. It is the joke amongst Team Liquid fans that it seems that their teams always finish in 4th place.
Yeah, especially it originated from their League of Legends team, which finished 4th place like 10 seasons in a row.
Right,
exactly.
Exactly.
So now they just associate with it. They either try and go for 1st place or 4th place. There's no in between for them. It's a failure if they get in between.
They do tend to be an all or nothing, and that actually falls in line with how some of their early results did. Amaz and Sabitz, their early Hearthstone players on their roster, tend to do like really insanely well in the tournament, or maybe bust her out early. Virtus.Pro picks up Arcanite Reaper, actually a little bit of a redundant card right now because they have a 4 attack weapon at the moment. So a little bit of a breather, but not really much room for Liquid to wiggle at this point because that Frothing Berserker is coming in hot. Putting Liquid just down to 3 life, and that should be all she wrote. Team Liquid does not have an answer right now.
Look at the faces of Team Liquid. They all just have like these little smirks on their face like, well, what did we expect?
Whose idea was it again to not ban this class?
Yeah, I mean, they do have the Mage lined up as a counter, but it lost yesterday to the Pirate Warrior that was supposed to counter. So I think they were willing to sacrifice this type of thing. And once again, we're going on that path of counter deck, counter deck, counter deck.
Looks like they're just dead on the board. I would have liked an Astral Communion BM there, but looks like that's nothing else. Swipe is useful, but not enough, and that's a concede. Now, we do want to kind of center in here. Virtus.Pro got to choose, in their opinion, one of the optimal matchups for Pirate Warrior. That's kind of the brutal nature of last Hero Standing. You tend to get a lot of very favorable matchups to queue into certain things, so you can maximize win percentage. But that was an absolute domination from start to finish. And now we get to see what is probably the most important game of the series. If Team Liquid does not stop the Pirate Warrior with what they've thought and built as a Pirate Warrior counter, they're going to be in big trouble.
Yes, they are. Happened yesterday, but that was off the back of a life tap from Sir Finley on turn 1. For Complexity, it was the team that defeated them. But Virtus.Pro might be, they might not be too upset to lose the Pirate Warrior because they have that 1-for-1 thing going for them. As long as they can stop Team Liquid from winning 2 games in a row, they're poised to get that 6-5 win, which is, on paper with counter matchups, if you win the first match, that's how the game should end.
So, based off the way the queuing hypothetically should work, if every favorable deck wins, it'll be Team Liquid playing Reno Mage, and then Virtus.Pro playing Dragon Priest, and then Team Liquid playing Reno Warlock, which makes Virtus.Pro play Freeze Mage, which makes their opponent play either Shaman or something else. Should be their last remaining deck. And then that gives Virtus.Pro the final say.
Yeah.
With Hunter.
With Hunter.
That is the big problem, though. Like, if when they start meeting Team Liquid Shaman, which is capable of beating a lot of decks. Let's see if this deck ends up living up to the hype. Team Liquid has Volcanic Potion. That is an excellent card against Pirates. Let's go ahead and listen in right off the bat and see what Team Liquid's thinking about.
Maybe they don't have a 1-drop.
Patches from the hand. Aww.
Not like this. They don't attack, they don't have a weapon, right?
So they have a cultist.
Yeah. Pass.
Yep.
Yeah, pass. It's only better against the
Volcanic Potion's not very good anymore. We could have just coin pinged into ping, right?
The first and the fourth. Yeah.
And you start attacking now.
Yeah, you start attacking. Uninteractive.
You think so?
Yeah. I like this game. If it would have been
I think it
Doomsayer,
was
they would
like
have played it.
the first and the fourth card.
Yeah, it was the first and the fourth.
I think we pin 1-1 into Kazako's Potion for 1 mana, and then we will Volcanic Potion for 1 mana AoE.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Alright, ping.
What to do?
We're taking a lot of damage.
I mean, I don't see other line.
The alternative is ping that preemptively. We lose to Frothing and we lose to Captain.
Yeah, it seems too much, right? Too risky.
And we have no follow-up if we do this.
Yeah.
Except, like, Iceland's Volcanic Potion.
Yeah.
And then after that, we have no way to finish it off. I mean, to Frothing. We have no way to kill it.
I don't know, TJ. Again, Team Liquid specifically said this deck is to counter Pirate Warrior, and they let it up, but it's not working out the way that they wanted to so far. Kazakus could change stuff. They certainly can. They're even playing the Iceland's burn version of Reno Mage, which is also interesting to note.
Yeah, it's really weird because a lot of times in the aggressive matchups, Iceland's is just used to freeze. They do get Fell Bloom, so this was their plan, was to go Kazakus into Volcanic plus the 1-mana Kazakus.
Oh!
The South Sea Captain actually protects...
Well,
no, it doesn't protect anything if they think that that's going to be the case.
Yeah, never mind. It doesn't actually do it. And then Naga Corsair actually buffs the weapon perfectly to kill Kazakus and preserve your board.
Yeah.
In fact, anything that they do seems to play directly into the Kazakus potion. Wait, well, I mean, it buffs the cultist to a 5 health.
Well, Volcanic Potion plus the 2 damage AoE still kills it.
It's 4 damage then.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So the Bloodsail cultist actually survives.
As long as they kill off the Kazakus, which I don't know if they're going to trade into it. They have weapon attack plus, what would be a 2/2 Nazos first mate.
Right.
Is there merit to playing on curve? Do they want to curve into Bloodsail Raider plus South Sea Captain? I think you can't pass up 3 pirates on board with South Sea Captain. That's That's pretty big.
Yep. They're going all face.
Wow.
That is a board clear, but that is a lot of damage coming the other end. They play the board down to 8 health on turn 4, and the coin's ready to use, so Liquid already signaling they don't have Reno.
They're still going to be a turn off Reno. They have Ice Block, though, so that's going to be the turn that they buy, but that's their whole next turn. So they're just going to have a few draws for the Reno, but Kazak's pushing, I believe it's draw 1 card and deal 2 damage, so they can clear.
All right, let's go ahead and listen in with Team Liquid and see what they're planning, because they're on borrowed time.
Card first, I guess.
Yeah. No, we need to kill it first.
I mean, we can attack into 3-3 into cultist.
4-5, yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't help much.
Feels dead, man.
Feels dead, man.
So, no, we will go Naga, we have little in
Yeah,
the next turn.
It's the same.
Yeah, so Naga is better. Yeah, I like Naga. 5-4 in the table. We can't play around mirror images like Bloodfield Raider, just worse. I like Naga and hitting face.
Yeah, same.
Probably Naga.
Settle the shit.
And we...
Ice block Icelands.
Yeah.
No. Draw is better, right? They have
Reno?
They have Acolyte. I mean, they have Arcanite Reapers.
If you play draw, we play Blood Mage.
Yeah, we played Blood Mage, right?
You think they have Arcanite Reaper? It's super hard to deal 5 damage without it.
What else would they have? Heroic Strike? What do you think?
Like we will be able to draw 2. We can Arcane Intellect and we can play another card draw. So we will have 3 extra card draws if we survive and we could do the Icelands play.
I think drawing is better. What do you think, Naria? The thing is, they're on 6 mana, right?
Yeah.
So they can play Korkron and a 2-drop. They can play Reaper, which kills us.
Just do whatever you feel like.
Yeah, yeah.
Why? That was actually the card from the mulligan.
The block?
Yeah, the block. Okay, so we just go... The weapon, Bloodfield Raider. Ah, wait.
We played 3 cards.
Don't we go face first?
No.
Do we want to pop them at 5?
Yeah.
No.
We don't really want to pop them at 5.
Why?
I think we go just Forever Rocks first, go face. Then this go face. And play double fire.
Yeah,
Yes,
they have only
yeah,
green
yeah.
which saves them. Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
No trade with system.
Yeah, don't trade with it. Please don't have Rina.
Even if they have Reno.
I mean, this was the keep card. They don't have any keep cards anymore.
Thomas was the keep card?
Yeah.
Feels bad, man.
No.
We can clear the board.
If you have that freezing potion.
Roping this?
No, but they don't have Rina right now.
They're smiling way too much.
No smiling.
I hope you like the adventure.
Feels bad. Mirror images and what? And Torch? Still dead. Nova still dead. Oos.
Pirate warrior! Pirate warrior!
I love that song.
Yeah. Classic tune.
Yeah.
But
you know, I gotta say, man, if Team Liquid says we leave open Pirate Warrior and they're playing Ink Master Solia, they're playing Archmage Antonius, they're playing like all these other greedy cards, I mean, what do you expect to happen? I haven't seen anything that really texts them against the early anti-aggro. I haven't seen the Ooze. I haven't seen a Mistress of Mixtures. I mean, we saw a Mana Worm and Mirror Images, but it seems like they have a ton of top end, which makes them susceptible to specifically aggro matchups, and they leave up the Pirate Warrior Now, I do know that Team Liquid says that they feel like they've been getting unlucky, drawing the wrong ends of the deck. But that's why so many Reno Warlocks just cut out a lot of the top end. Like you mentioned Mountain Giant. They cut out Sylvanas and Shadow Flames just so they can get all that early anti-aggro, because they need that consistency, TJ.
What show is that meme from, the Arrested Development, where there's the thing in the freezer with the note that says, like, don't look inside, like there's a dead bird or something, and then he looks in and there's actually a dead bird. He goes, what did I expect?
Yeah. Or the
Pirate Warriors.
Or maybe the one from Malcolm in the Middle, where the the little kids like, I expected nothing, and I'm still disappointed.
Yeah.
At this point, I wasn't really sure, and I didn't know what to expect, but now I'm disappointed just because of how flat it is. The Reno Mage was supposed to put up a fight, and it wasn't even close.
We love to encourage diversity, and we've seen it throughout the Trinity series, but when there's this much on the line, I still respect Team Liquid for going with the bold strategy.
Yeah,
Druid ban with a lot of players respect Druid now. It's gotten a lot better now that some of the super aggro classes have been toned down a bit. But is it better than banning Pirate Warrior? The data today and yesterday will tell us now.
I agree that diversity is good, and I do feel like there is actually room for Team Liquid to do that Druid ban, but with the deck list that they have, it seems a little bit too greedy. At the same time, I do know a couple of Reno Mage specialists who played that burn list. Rage, for example, was one of those people. APX Void also really pushing that. They were telling me, like, hey, if you play that correctly, it actually is pretty decent against aggro because you're playing, the ice barriers and stuff. I don't know if that's in there. They definitely have cut things like Manic Soulcaster at the very least, but I'm just not feeling that list against Pirate Warrior, and now they have to turn to Shaman. We all know Shaman's one of the best classes at dealing with almost anything. And they do have an early game start at this point. Virtus.Pro does not have a one-mana play outside of Upgrade, so perhaps this is the turning point for Team Liquid, but they've already given up a really powerful class and is now down 2-4.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier, Team Liquid, when talking to them, they said they sort of sacrifice a bad class to beat a good class, implying that they think Mage is not really that important. And that was part of their strategy of leaving a Pirate Warrior, was just hard countering. But, talking with the other teams, they think Mage is great. They think both Freeze Mage and Temple Mage have rightful spots in a lineup in a best of 11 series, like the format that we have here. So it is a strong class that not only have they lost in the series, but also they've given up the potential to play those decks in their deck preparation to begin with.
Looks like Virtus.Pro has a slow but sure start. Not exactly as explosive as getting out those early game parts on turn 1. Seems like they have a good thing going right now. Team Liquid, not really much to follow up. They could devolve this board, which
gets rid of the pirate synergy.
Gets rid of the pirate synergy. Most likely puts out a really weak minion for the Tunnel Trog to trade into, at least from the Bloodseal Raider. You can get punished by a couple of taunts for a 1-mana.
Oh, we got a new poll. Which class is favorite, Shaman or Patches? Once upon a time, and by once upon a time, I mean a month ago, those things were not mutually exclusive. Patches and Shaman were one and the same, almost. But times have changed.
I am the Patches, and Patches is me.
Yes. Oh, Patches, my Patches.
Well, Team Liquid thinking about using the Devolve. I mean, the Devolve on a 0-mana minion is the same. It's either Wisp or Tiny Fin. It's all about the 1-mana. Oh, Runic Egg. Well, that's actually okay, because you can leave that up for a while.
Forever, almost.
Never really going to do anything, because Warrior doesn't have any buff cards, nor do they have any way to trigger that. Last time I checked.
Yeah, Runic Egg, contrary to popular belief, it's not a pirate.
Yeah, it's just an egg. Or a rock. It's just a rock, let's be real. A glowy rock.
A glowy rock. It's got something inside of it. It's got a card. The egg opens up and out hatches a card.
Yeah. At this point, it wouldn't be out of the world of disbelief because of the way Elise works in Ungoro. We saw that recent reveal. Anyways, as the Virtus.Pro debated whether or not they want to play Frothing Berserker or Argent Horde Rider, this plays around Jade Lightning the best. Let's go ahead and tune in with the teams and see what they're talking about.
Yeah, the Storm is dead.
It's dead.
Kinda. It is a dead card in this matchup.
Well, it's dead because of that stupid runic egg.
We need to play Water Speaker like really soon, so they can't.
Korkron and stuff.
So we have a chieftain on 7.
No, we have to.
But we have to, right?
Yeah.
I think we just play Frothing and then we hit the 1/1, right? And go face.
Maybe playing. I mean, like, we would have had the weapon. I'd love to play Frothing, but maybe playing the Corsar is better. The Corsar there is getting Jet Lightning. Yeah, it's gonna get Jet Lightning. The next turn we can play Frothing and Lasso Raider.
Oh, you mean Dread Corsair?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like that.
We just play this one?
Yeah. And then hit the 1/1.
Yeah, the 1/1 and go face. Just need to get the weapon.
Not playing around, what's it called, rope card. Betrayed.
Don't trade. The Arcanite Reaper?
So we have like Hex or Storm in. No, Hex into Aya.
They probably don't have Arcanite Reaper.
Hex Aya Chieftain is really good.
Yeah. They probably don't have Arcanite Reaper because they played Taunt.
Oh, this turn.
They could play it for free. They
topped
played that.
Well, where we just go face with everything.
Yeah. You just go face with everything, no?
No, why don't you trade with the weapon?
No, you trade his weapons.
And then you go face with the rest. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I was just thinking about going face with the weapon as well, but yeah.
No.
Yeah, just do it. I mean, like, they have 4 cards. The Jays aren't that big.
I mean, if they have the Jade Lightning, it's sad, but you know.
I'd probably use Jade Lightning the previous turn.
But still.
Really?
Yeah, I'd do it.
Well,
Wow.
speaking of Jade Lightning, that's...
What a draw.
Yeah. That's a little bit of a blow to morale from Virtus.Pro. They were hoping to dodge it. Oh, upgrade. That's a great source of damage. And it also buffs up that Blood Cell Raider. The question is, do they want to try and protect these minions? They know that they're slightly protected from AoE with Runic Egg. Team Liquid even called Lightning Storm a dead card because of it. I don't know if one card's worth not being able to AoE a board, but I mean, that's some pretty strong words in regards to that egg.
Yeah, it definitely seems like an exaggeration. It's certainly not a dead card by any means, but
it will be a dead card if Lightning Storm comes out.
I guess so. Hey. I do think that Pirate Warrior can't get over the hump without board control, so I would highly encourage Virtus.Pro to start fighting for the board. There's no way they can win just by having Bloodsail Raider get killed off here. So at the very least, kill off the Jinyu. Problem is that things like Leroy sit dead in the hand for a while. You might have to end up using it to get past taunts.
Yeah,
if it's been sitting there for that long.
Leroy is really tough to use as a finisher in this matchup, just because they do have so many ways to block, one single source of minion damage with Stonefall Totem and Jade Chieftains. And look at that curve, right?
They really want Double Chieftain to come down here. Liquid's not going to play defensive with Hex and Lightning Storm. And now, Virtus.Pro sees one opening, being able to get a huge wave of damage in, because trading into Aya is way too inefficient at this point. They have 12 damage right now, 18 with Leroy. But that's it. That's it. And now you can start seeing like the power of cards like Sir Finley. If Sir Finley was able to weave in hero powers at this point, any kind of steady shot, life tap, even the mage hero power, honestly, is not that bad sometimes. Just getting in damage and really pushing the shaman into an uncomfortable position.
Yeah, so they are going to go with that. I was thinking maybe for a moment that it might be worth it to try and get Leroy in now, but then all of a sudden you leave your minions more vulnerable. It's easier for Team Liquid to clear the board. You're just sacrificing your board effectively to get more face damage in, which in the long run, usually not how you win this.
I mean, now the question is if they trade into the 3-3 or attack with the weapon. They definitely want to attack in some capacity, because if they draw Arcanite Reaper, they need a hit with it. If they draw another Fire Warrior, they need to swing. The problem is that I don't think killing the 3-3 Jade Golem will lead you net you more than 4 damage. You have to assume that this Eye is going to trade in.
That's going to be a 5-5 taunt from Jade Chieftain, followed up next turn by a 6-6 taunt.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Well, it's okay. I mean, they would have not had the buff anyways because the pirates were already gone. Looks like they're just going to have to Leroy pass his taunt for damage? There's no way. Okay, so if they play Bloodsail Cultist, they're just going to get swallowed up by value trades except for the taunt. So it kind of exacerbates the situation.
Yeah, so they're on the damage plan. They're hoping Arcanite Reaper's their next draw, and they're hoping Team Liquid doesn't draw another taunt. It's really the only way they can win.
And this is reminiscent of how mid-range Shaman used to be. You know, part of the reason why mid-range Shaman was so dominant during the Karazhan meta is because no aggro decks could really compete with it except for the aggro variant of Shaman. It was literally mid-range Shaman tier S and everything else tier A and below. Yeah. Or tier 0, tier 1, depending on how you look at it. It had everything. It had removal. It had single target removal. It had AOE. It had it had tempo. It had healing. It had it could play the fatigue game. It could play the value game and play fast. It was insane. It was the best deck in the game.
Yeah, it was not as powerful now, but Team Liquid's still gonna be able to take a win with it over the Pirate Warrior, finally putting an end to Garrosh's reign.
Yeah, but at what cost, TJ?
At what cost?
At what cost? The cost of their mage, which seems to be the deck that they felt like was bad anyway. They said mage wasn't very reliable. Maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong. Team Liquid does win the game with Jade Shaman, leaving Virtus.Pro with, let's see, no Shaman, no Warlock. They still have their own mage available. So let's say their mage is a freeze mage to be able to use the counter. Then they have an opportunity to strike back here.
Also still have Hunter.
Hunter against mid-range Jade Shaman. I don't
Not
feel very
good.
confident.
Yeah, that one's pretty poor. Take a look at Team Liquid. The Shaman's gonna have to do some work. All they got left is Warlock. And Hunter's probably waiting in the wings for the Warlock. So Virtus.Pro, Priest, probably gonna be the choice. But Mage is also good. They have multiple options here.
Yeah, I probably would imagine Priest comes out because
it's
Priest.
Tempo. Oh, is it Tempo or Freeze?
You know, I'll have to take a rain check on that answer. I'm not sure myself, but I think Priest comes out here because Warlock still remains with their opponent, and they'd rather just play Priest against the Shaman, which has a favorable matchup, versus the Reno Warlock, which is an unfavorable matchup. So this is the time to bring out Priest.
And then they have two decks that both do well against Warlock remaining, with Hunter and Mage. Whether it's Tempo or Freeze, both of those good matchup against Warlock. So yeah, it lines up well if they pick Priest here.
That's if they win this game, though. Shaman,
that's true.
Shaman can outvalue the Priest. Priest only has so many Shadow Word Deaths, and if you get a brand Spirit Claws, Jade Spirit, it gets nuts. Not Spirit Claws, Jade Claws.
Yeah, the Shaman Priest matchup across the couple days that we've seen here, granted small sample size, has been pretty even. With, I think, Shaman taking the win twice and Priest taking the win once. So not really indicative of you know, something that we can say is definitively one side or the other favored, but definitely gives us something to work with. And they are going to go with the Priest. Ragnar's the Fire Lord in their Priest deck, so it's a little bit more heavy. Seeing some Dragon Priests cap out at like 6 with Dragonfire Potion or Bookworm.
Yeah, Twilight Drake does give Priest a little bit of more punch to their mid game. You know, we've seen some Priests innovate for this format specifically, using it as a high octane tempo deck where you put Twilight Drakes, you put Draconid Crushers into your deck, and you just snowball the board like crazy. You don't even necessarily even hero power at any point. You just keep playing 1 mana, 2 mana, 3 mana, 4 mana. It's the ultimate curve deck. You know, so much so to the point where people say this is the most curve stone deck.
Yeah, I tend to agree. You know, Dan, I never really thought of Dragon Priest as being a high octane deck, but
it really is.
You convinced me. You convinced me.
Especially if you land Draconoid Crusher on 6.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, let's go listen in to Team Liquid. Rough early hand for them. Let's see how they want to make it work.
He's like, what the? Looks like life coach. Ooh.
They're not going to commit anymore, are they? We just play Thing if they don't commit.
Yeah. So, what do they have in their Priest?
It's close to our deck. They have Rag.
Rag.
Twilight Drake.
Dragonfire.
Twilight Drake.
If they don't play anything, we play this, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
They probably have coin 5 drop though, but it's fine. We have Devolve Storm for later.
Yeah, that's very good.
Just play Thing.
If they does it, we play Drake.
What if they go coin Operative?
Hex it. Hero power.
Do we need this?
True.
We can
Yeah,
play.
we can just keep it.
We can play Twilight Drake and Historian next turn.
Yeah, if they play Drake, yeah, true. We should word that's it, right?
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Does 1-3 does something convert?
Only if we get Corruptor.
I mean, they don't really have an instant for
What's
turn
your
5 except for the Drake. Like, the Drake is the best, their
Okay.
best they can do. It's the Drake with Twilight Drake and Historian. So yeah, just see us Shadow Death and yeah, that's it.
Oh, it's wrong.
What? What's wrong?
A pretty interesting statement from Bunny Hopper there. Danny's like, oh, it's wrong.
Oh, I thought you said, oh, it's on. You know, like it was saying like, let's do this thing.
That
He was getting himself hyped.
That doesn't seem like a very Bunny Hopper thing to say. Oh,
Yeah.
it's on.
I guess so. Virtus.Pro, I was listening to their comms a little bit. They were playing around Devolve by not coining out the Twilight Drake and also keeping their hand open for possibilities of, coining out a 5-drop if they were just going to play, Death and stuff too. So it was interesting to hear, once again, Virtus.Pro doing a really good job hand reading at the moment, and Team Liquid trying to just take it a little bit slow here. They really want to play the long value game, not really too fast to rush into the board, not going to rush out these Feral Spirits, which is a little bit unusual, but makes sense given that Pirate Warrior is a thing. So they stuck the Feral Spirits in the mid-range Jade Shaman. You don't see it all the time in deck lists.
Yeah. Now Virtus.Pro not making the most powerful plays on board.
Wow.
But yeah, even if they may not have that, you know what they do have, Dan? They have Team Spirit.
Yeah, they have Team Spirit indeed. And now they're climbing back by using this Feral Spirit, Hexing. And you got to have that AoE of some kind. Nova is a little bit weak on this board, just because it doesn't guarantee you anything, and it kind of doesn't even clear all the minions.
Dan, I have a new look for you. What do you think of orange hair?
A new look.
Huh?
I actually did kind of do orange hair at one point.
Really?
Yeah.
When?
Not last summer, but the summer before that, so about 2 years ago.
I remember the pink hair.
Yeah, pink was also last summer. Orange was kind of like when one of the first colors I experimented with.
I know what you did last summer.
What about the summer before that, TJ?
Yeah, I know what you did the summer before that, too. What do you guys think of Dr. Amy's orange hair? Is it Craigasm? The Cap of Pride?
I'm pretty sure it's Craigasm.
Pretty sure.
I mean, I actually think both those answers are synonymous, one with the other.
What about Capagasm? Or Cray Pride?
What a weak turn here from the Dragon Freeze. Normally wants to get so much more on board. I guess they're trying to bait out AoE from their opponents. But, Jade Claws and Brand. That's definitely something up Team Liquid's alley here.
Yeah, I was about to mention on a previous turn that they haven't really got Jades rolling, which you sort of need to in this matchup because late game, your top decks of Jade minions become much weaker if you haven't got that ramp for them. Let's listen to Virtus.Pro now, starting to lose hold of the board to see how they want to get it back.
Jade, or we can use it on Genio.
But no, I think Jade Lightning is more valuable.
So if you play the Shadow of Pain, what else do you want to play?
Cabal Heal, but no.
I think the Talon Priest. Maybe playing Twilight Guardian is okay-ish with Shadow of Pain.
Bunny, what do you
So you
think?
trade the 1-3 into 2-1 for sure?
Yeah.
And then the 2-3?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or we can actually play the Twilight Drake and Shadow Pain.
But then the 2-3 is super weak, right?
You can attack like this.
No, attack into 2-2. Uh-huh. I like playing Talon Priest.
Dead Lightning and Talon Priest.
Yeah, yeah.
The only thing is if they play Chieftain now. And it's also kind of weak to Maelstrom.
Jade Lightning Ferals is fine if you want to commit a lot.
Seems good.
Kill this.
Kill the plebs.
Kill the plebs.
Save 2-4.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need draw.
They have no Argus, right?
Not that we saw.
Not that we saw, yeah.
Okay, so they don't have. That's like Noise was the only card that I wasn't sure about.
Pass. No need to attack.
Probably not, no.
No, wait, Devolve.
It's only Devolve, yeah.
Only one copy Devolve.
Oh, wow. Meat Streets of Gadget making an appearance. Toxic Sewer Ooze and Felork Soulfiend. The card is actually a card that goes in Priest. People theory crafted that that would be a Priest card.
It's not front-loaded like Injured Blade Master. It deals it at the start of every single turn, so you're like investing 2 mana every turn to try and keep it alive.
Well, in the late stages of the game, what else are you going to do? Well, I
True.
guess you have Ysera and stuff, but you don't have the guarantee of it. It was just an idea. People were like, oh, yeah, maybe in Priest.
But it doesn't allow for the plan that Team Liquid had, which was devolve into Lightning Storm, because now they have to expend more damage if they want to actually get through it and protect these minions.
True that.
Gonna go for it anyway, though. You know, you can sort of get it low enough to where it kills itself the following turn.
They didn't kill the Sewer Ooze, but they did manage to kill the Orc Fiend? Is that what it's called? I don't even know. I have to play more with that card.
I think you said the name right the first time. I don't even know.
I think it's a Soul Fiend.
Well, they've seen the Hex.
Yeah.
Ysera looks pretty appealing.
Ysera is definitely appealing. Now, here's the problem with Ysera, is that devolving it is actually kind of good for Virtus.Pro, because 8 mana is, I think, the sweet spot for where you want random minions to appear on a mana curve.
Yeah, 9 mana actually is diluted with a bunch of bad stuff. Like Ancient Heart. No, Ancient Heart is 6 mana. It's Blood of the Ancient one.
Yeah, look. It's an 8/8 taunt. It's really big.
That's...
I mean, we're talking about Tyrion, Ragnaros, both Ragnaros, of course. There's a lot of really powerful stuff on 8 mana.
Even Anomalous might have been bad.
Yeah, sure.
There's just a lot of good ones.
Team Liquid has a 4/4 Jade Golem. I think they want to maybe hold it off, but at this point, they're kind of out of resources, so I think they might have to extend to the board and hope for no Ysera Awakens. Let's go ahead and listen in with the teams, see what they're chatting about, see if they can turn this around.
If only one Genie.
Yeah, but I mean, like, Feral Spirit is better than Genie. I think we play this one and just Technician.
You can buff it, play Potion, right? I think, yeah, we played this.
Yeah, I like playing Potion, yeah, because they haven't used Flame Towns. Yeah, just buff this one, yeah, and Technician, yeah, I like, yeah.
No, but you play the Dragonfire Potion first, right?
Yeah, right, but yeah, doesn't matter. Yeah, doesn't matter. Yeah, just play it.
It's not a dragon.
Yeah, but we know, but we deal 8 damage to the face, so yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
This is fine.
Yeah, Technician.
Wait, no, it's not lethal. Never mind. I'm just like too excited.
Getting killed but by the tree. Feels bad.
Totem.
11.
Yeah.
We're not dead right now. Isn't this better?
How much should we overload? Yeah, it's better.
Oh, actually, no, wait, it's a 3/3. No, it doesn't matter.
That's better. Yeah. Well, I guess Warlock has to carry. Yeah.
All right, so that's going to wrap up game number 8 here. Virtus.Pro goes up 5-3. And Team Liquid is on tournament life here at this point. They have no more room for error. They have to win 3 in a row with the Arena Warlock. Virtus.Pro just has to win 1 more, and they're guaranteed a match for tomorrow. And sending Team Liquid home in 4th place.
Yes, this bold strategy of banning Druid wasn't their downfall. I mean, that loss was actually pretty devastating for them in general, because if they'd won that, they might have been able to utilize that Shaman to just take out the whole series. But now they're facing Hunter and Mage, even if they get to the Dragon Priest with Warlock.
So what would have happened if they won with the Reno Mages? Reno Mage would have beat Pirate Warrior, forcing out Dragon Priest earlier. Dragon Priest would come out, and then Reno Warlock would come out for the win for Team Liquid. Then their opponent plays either Mage or the Hunter, and then they can clean up with Shaman on either of those. So it would have been a really good outcome there for Team Liquid if they got ahead, but they lost that very crucial matchup, Reno Mage versus Pirate Warrior, which they said they teched for, and it hasn't actually looked like to be the case. Now they have to win 3 in a row with Reno Mage. Now the first one, by all means, I think they can take it. Dragon Priest has proven to be a winnable matchup for Reno Warlock, but can they stand up to the Mage? Can they stand up to the Hunter? It's going to come down to a little bit of fortune. I think they need to get lucky in this position because they've backed themselves up in this corner.
No, they're going to take a second to try and regroup and think through their strategy for the next couple games. But in the meantime, we have That's Admirable over in the Trinity Tonight area, who's got Complexity standing by for a few words.
That's right, it's Trinity Tonight, and I'm here with Complexity, who's got a match tomorrow to try to make it into that grand finals spot. He did manage to pull it close in today's match, but not quite there. How are you doing, guys? You feeling all right about the loss? You feel like tomorrow's going to be a lot better for you guys? Just what are thoughts going through your head right now, and some on this match as well?
I don't know. We thought it's just way more infuriating for them. If we just lose, then win again, because we utilize the loss. They don't get anything. No, I don't know. I think it's okay. Shaman does sometimes Shaman things. That's how it is, right? You live and die with the totems.
You good? Anything key in your match that you feel like stood out to you, or anything that could have been done differently, or is this one of those matches where sometimes you get got?
I think it was just unfortunate how we drew sometimes, like we didn't get the AoE when we needed it, and yeah, happens.
And Crane, what are you guys going to do for tomorrow to make sure you're fully prepared? If you're going to make it through the grand finals, that's 2 best-of-11 matches in a single day.
Nothing different. I think we played pretty well today, so just same deal tomorrow, and then hopefully it ends up a little better.
You guys going to practice hard tonight, or you think rest is going to be a bigger factor?
I mean practice. Like I don't know. Like what jam a lot of the games? No. We did all the practice, all the hard work up until this weekend. So no.
Feeling good. I like it. I like it. Any plans for Hunter? Or is that something you guys really invite playing against? I mean, the Reno Jackson made it a stomp, but...
I mean, we're not going to give away secrets for like strategy,
fair enough.
But I mean, we beat the Hunter today. We can beat it again.
Yeah, I think so as well. It's Hunter after all. And in this match, you guys seen anything cool? I mean, Virtus.Pro's looking like they're running away with this one. They're on match point. Liquid's got to win 3 straight.
Anything cool, yeah?
Pirate Warrior is pretty fun.
Yeah, we're cool.
Yeah.
You guys experienced a little of that Pirate Warrior yesterday. I'm a little bit questionable about not banning Pirate Warrior.
I'm questionable about the deck, but yeah, it's not too cool.
You have to ban the Warrior. I don't know.
Yeah, you have to ban the Warrior.
I don't think you can justify not banning it. I think even Team Liquid will agree with that after this weekend.
Oh, we'll have to see. So it is match point right now for Virtus.Pro, but it looks like our next game is ready. Back to Frodan and TJ to bring us to conclusion.
That was it.
Well, thanks, Admirable. Hope you didn't drink from my coffee cup, because I have the cooties. Turns out.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, he's drinking from it right now. It's empty. There's nothing in it. What's up? Come on, dude.
Admirable just willingly infected himself.
He also made eye contact the entire time while drinking from the red cup.
That's Cootie-merble.
I will auction off that cup for $1 after the show is over. I don't want it anymore.
All proceeds will go to Pirate Warrior banning awareness.
Yeah, that's right. We're creating a non-profit organization to raise awareness that you should be banning Pirate Warrior. Don't let this happen to you. That would be the infomercial. DJ walks on and says, has this ever happened to you? You've been in the Trinity Series and you thought, maybe I shouldn't ban Pirate Warrior.
Well, you're wrong.
Well, you're wrong. And then you have, Hot Meowth playing the guitar in the background. And your little dog sitting there. Anyways, enough joking around. We have Team Liquid and Virtus.Pro here. And remember, this is the last match of the day, wrapping up. We have Virtus.Pro on match point, ready to kill off Team Liquid and send them home in 4th place. Team Liquid does start off with Reno in the opening hand, but that's not what you really want just in the beginning. You want a little bit more.
Yeah, you need a little bit more.
Yeah, board impact stuff, things to play, fight for... fight against the 4 health, the 6 health minions, so Twilight Drake's really important.
Yeah, now Reno's a start, and this matchup, we talked about it earlier, it is pretty poor for the Dragon Priest. They need an early start, they need value, and they need it fast.
So Virtus.Pro has plays, but they're pretty stalled out after turn 2, and Team Liquid picks up a very important card in Twilight Drake, so Virtus.Pro already going to be floundering a little bit if they don't have anything to play for the next 2 turns. Okay, that helps.
It helps. Do you think about Doomsayer a little bit, but you can't really respect it too much. And what No Share Click on the board does is if a Doomsayer does come out, it means they can hit into it and at least draw a card instead of just sacrificing a board. So not the worst thing in the world. Virtus.Pro, dead turn though.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Virtus.Pro has the highest of expectations for specifically this matchup. If they win, great. The series is over. If they don't, they have 2 decks, in their opinion, that can go toe-to-toe with Reno Warlock and be favorable, which is good enough. At this point, nothing else you can really ask for Virtus.Pro to end on the series with 2 games advantage for you.
Yeah, Team Liquid had the option to play the Twilight Drake there, but it doesn't do too much on the board considering there's a 5 health Whelp. So I'm going to wait a turn. Let's go and listen into Virtus.Pro. Pick up something to play.
You wish to live.
So do you think Giant?
It seems like the Giant. Like they have 1 keep card, force card.
That's a pretty big Drake.
Yeah, we're just smoking.
Yeah, I think you just mark, yeah. And we're gonna be playing against
we can draw 2 cards. We can draw 2 cards. Is it worth it? I think we can draw 2 cards. What do you
think? We draw 1 card.
I mean, we attack, play it.
We play the other one for sure if we do.
No, I like the Drake play more. However, the Cleric play is kind of fine-ish, like they have to Hellfire it.
I don't know, I like Cleric more.
Cleric, okay, then play it, yeah. I'm just gonna...
They play 2 of them.
Is someone injured?
Quickly.
No, I mean it was the only dragon, yeah, so yeah, fine. Yeah, I played Historian. Twilight 12 seems okay-ish.
Or Guardian.
I'd pick Whelp. Yeah.
Also the Curve.
Emperor. We could play that, coin that, but
I think Emperor.
I think Emperor is better.
Okay.
Yes, we gave them
yeah, and they'll
shadow death targets. It's better that the death Emperor than Giant.
Yeah, we're in a pretty good spot.
What are the other options
as the play?
Corruptor? Not good, right?
No, not good.
Just death and play all?
Yeah,
Corruptor,
like...
wait.
No, Corruptor isn't good.
Corruptor's bad.
Must consider.
I think we just YOLO this.
I think yeah, just YOLO. Agreed.
I mean, we're playing Priest versus.
Yeah.
Renologue.
Are you mocking me?
Virtus.Pro going wide on the board. Not pretty much any other option. They're just trying to beat him down, hope that Reno's not in the hand, I suppose. They do have Ragnaros as a potential finisher, should that be the plan. But Team Liquid even, they mentioned themselves, we're in a pretty good spot, and I agree.
Yeah, I think Team Liquid has pretty much all the power cards outside of Kazakis that they really need. In terms of the minions, they do lack a little bit of real substance of area of effect, but I don't think that's that big of a deal. Abyssal Fortress still is really nice. In this position, I think that the base whether or not they want to Reno Jackson. And they're at 10 health. It is a little bit of a dicey situation.
Yeah, they would lose on board to Blackwing Corruptor.
Yeah. But they're gonna be able to remove pretty much all of this, and then the Blackwing Corruptor can't get Brand, and then even if it is, it wasn't enough. So they feel pretty safe, even around Ragnaros. Yeah. Team Liquid in a really dominant position, and this is kind of looking like the way we thought the matchup would be going. But it seems like the Reno Warlock's been upset several times because Dragon Priest gets on the board so quickly.
Yeah. The Twilight Drake sticking around for so long killed a bunch of minions, even though it finally met its demise. So this turn, probably going to see tap Reno.
Yep.
And Virtus.Pro. And the Siphonsol picked up, so now they have an answer to the Ragnaros should it come down. Everything's going their way.
Yeah, you know, masterfully done by Team Liquid. They set up everything so they could tap, get that extra card, play optimally, so they play around every single mana possibility from their opponents. Things are just looking really good for them no matter how this Ragnaros outcome hits.
They even trade.
Yeah. Well, they really need to in order to get back onto the board and win this game, but with so many options in Team Liquid's hands, looking pretty dicey. Let's tune in to the teams and listen to what they're talking about.
I have no time for games.
Yeah. Guardian.
How do you play this game? Why do you play in this game? To see the cards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Shambler. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
I think you just can concede.
Drake, Holy Nova? Why? Drake, Holy Nova, next turn you go Dragonfire.
Ah, okay.
I mean, we're probably dead, but yeah.
Wonder what they have.
Is it lethal? Shadow. Wait. Yeah.
I think they forgot about the Webs for a second there. They thought that a Shadow Ball was just lethal, but with Demon Wrath, they get it anyway. So Team Liquid able to find it. Sort of what we expected. Starting to claw their way back in the series. But that was not the tough part. The tough part is coming in the next two games.
Yeah, this is where the rubber meets the road for Team Liquid. They need to win these next two games, and they have tough matchups. I would love for Virtus.Pro to toss up the Hunter, actually, but I wouldn't be surprised if Virtus.Pro doesn't play Hunter, so they can save it for tomorrow in case they need to keep it hidden.
Yeah, there is strategy involved with that because they haven't shown Hunter, but they have shown Mage. So, I mean, they haven't shown all the cards in their Mage, I don't think. You know, we couldn't remember if it was Tempo or Freeze Mage at this stage, but if they want to hold on to it, we have seen, even just today, that there are very different variations of Hunters that you can play. Throughout the regular season, it was Nazoth Hunter, but today, Luminosity, even though they didn't have success with it, brought sort of an aggressive Hunter. It did have high mains, it was just a pretty interesting variation of it.
Yeah, it's just a fast Hunter in general, but it's still mid-range nonetheless. Virtus.Pro has the Hunter or the Mage. We're thinking Mage. Would love to see them keep the Hunter under wraps for tomorrow, but maybe they don't play Hunter tomorrow. You know, maybe this is only a strategy that they play Hunter because of Team Liquid allowing them to. Team Liquid dropping here means that everyone's going to be banning Warrior and Rogue moving forward. But the variations of decks exist. You know, we have some people bringing Mali Ghost Druid, some people just bring classic mid-range Shaman, some people bringing Freeze Mage, some people bringing Tempo Mage. There is definitely some variety there. Just in terms of the bans, it seems to be unanimous. Rogue and Warrior have been crossed out heavily.
Yeah.
The last 2 classes playing patches, basically.
Yes. Patches.
It's more about how strong Rogue is against the field, especially against control decks. Rogue is insanely good at anything that ends up being remotely slow. So Jade Druid, any Reno decks, even Priest. Rogue is just so powerful at being able to all in at any time. That's the one thing you have to be afraid of. And then the follow-up. They can still play the Miracle style of Gadsden Auctioneer and Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah, Rogue, if we, ask the pro players or even look at, say the Winter Championship lineups, which is coming pretty soon, Rogue is the second most represented class that players brought behind Warrior, of course. So, that makes sense in line with the idea that Warrior and Rogue are the 2 strongest classes in the game based off of win rates, based off of representation, especially in a format with a ban.
Certainly. And that's going to come into play starting now, essentially. So what is Team Liquid really going to be able to do? Do they have any tech cards specifically that helps them? Not really. They're just playing like a traditional combo Arena Warlock. And Virtus.Pro does avoid the Hunter. They're going with Mage in this spot, piloted by Bunny Hopper. Now, the couple important things here. One, Virtus.Pro is off the coin. So they're already slightly in disadvantage from that. But the next thing is that they don't even have the Mana Worm. So if they don't have anything good to pick up for a while, and Team Liquid's free to life tap with no repercussions, then all of a sudden, Team Liquid might be able to flip this around, and we might be going to game 11.
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. They do pick up Sorcerer's Apprentice. Nice for me to just play on the board on turn 2. Doesn't really get answered by much in the deck. Doomsayer is one of those answers, though.
It's a very nice answer. Virtus.Pro plays Sorcerer's Apprentice, and then you play Doomsayer into it. Virtus.Pro also can keep Sorcerer's Apprentice, primarily because they have Flamewaker in hand, and it's a really good burst. One thing you can end up going for is a big swing turn as a Tempo Mage. Instead of trying to play very aggressive all out, you can save for a big combo with Flamewaker, sometimes even double Flamewaker and all these cheap spells.
It's one of the ways we saw Tempo Mage win against Reno Warlock in the regular season was, I remember, I think it was Virtus.Pro, because they had a lot of success with Mage. There was one turn where they dealt like 28 damage split across face and the board for lethal with a double Flamewaker turn.
Yeah.
And that was because the way their hand played out, they drew a lot early on, and they held on to the Flamewaker and the Sorcerer's Apprentice, and were able to get like an Emperor tick, and then everything was just unlocked for them.
Yeah, it was pretty absurd. They played double Flamewaker, Sorcerer's Apprentice, and that was all for like 5 mana. Then every spell was 1 mana or less, and it was just ridiculous amount of missiles flying everywhere, and they did like 25 damage. Virtus.Pro, thinking about if they want to remove, how do they want to remove? Fireball's a lot clunkier than Frostbolt. Frostbolt can fit in very nicely with even Flamewaker the following turn. But then the problem is you're overkilling significantly. If Fireball is really good against things like Second Rate Bruiser and Twilight Drake.
Or the face.
Or the face. It interacts very well with the face. They can't respond at all.
But I do like the points you brought up about the flexibility of Frostbolt as the game goes on. Even though it's less damage, it can be used for multiple purposes and can also be comboed with Flamewaker. So.
And now Team Liquid saw a Fireball being used. Does that encourage them to coin out the Twilight Drake? I think so. Sorcerer's Apprentice is pretty threatening. And at the very least, this warrants a response. Yeah, Twilight Drake's a 4/6. Yeah, it's not that great, but still something.
Well, let's go and listen in to Virtus.Pro. A few options here. Let's see what they think.
I serve the Fire Lord.
Was I not tapping?
Yeah, still go face. If they Shadow Flame, that's fine. I mean, they're not tapping, they should start tapping.
Of Arseer.
Or...
I mean, Shadow Flame is the best.
We can do that.
We can't, can we?
On the Flamewaker, but if they play Aster Drake, it's super
We're 2
bad.
behind.
But they can't play Aster Drake. They have to ping next turn then. I think we're Crystal Potion because they have to ping then. So they can only develop a free drop, and we can Hellfire anything but Flamewaker next turn.
I wish it was a silence.
Yeah. Right, because we can Hellfire anything this
Yeah,
way
yeah,
except
yeah, yeah.
Flamebreaker, so we have a play next
That's
turn.
probably right. Oh my gosh, this is not good.
Yeah.
Sorcerer.
Yeah, Sucker saying anything to like a ping.
Sorcerer.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Why? Why not? What elemental?
Because you draw for one and you ping. With a word elemental, you have to
But
use
it's super weak to
missiles.
Hellfire. Why don't we just missiles first, and if we hit the missiles, we play the what elemental?
What to do?
Hippie, what do you think? I kind of like, yeah, what he is saying.
That's missiles.
Yeah, missiles.
Yeah.
Go with missiles.
1 out 8 only. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, true. I like elemental. Right.
Bunny Hopper, pretty nice spot there, especially Blast Crystal Potion lends you to believe that Team Liquid has another 4-mana play, so Hellfire consideration, super smart.
Yeah, and you know, Virtus.Pro able to become greater with the sum of their parts, the whole, greater as a whole than the sum of its parts. Yeah, that's the saying. So Virtus.Pro. Looks like they're firing all cannons here. I like that they space out the threats. Now they have to kind of debate how they want to really push this out here. They have Sorcerer's Apprentice, Arcane Intellect, which stands out immediately, unless Virtus.Pro wants to hold on to Sorcerer's Apprentice for something else.
I think at this stage, you've seen Hellfire. You're not really weak to Demon Wrath. You want to get that minion on the board to start getting that recurring damage in.
I mean, it's clear that Virtus.Pro is hesitant because their opponent just played a Hellfire to just remove a 2-mana minion. And they said maybe they're layering their AoE. They can't play Hellfire and Demon Wrath, but they might have Demon Wrath and Mortal Coil the following turn.
Yeah.
One thing's for sure, though. Team Liquid is taking a lot of damage, and with double 5-drops, Virtus.Pro can continue to put on the pressure.
I mean, if they play second rank Bruiser, it's going to get eaten up, or Refreshment there gets eaten up by Azure Drake, Arcane Blast, Ping.
Not looking good. Team Liquid looks like they need Reno and then some. 6, 12, 13 damage the maximum.
Well, they can push 6 this turn, clear the board. This looks like Virtus.Pro. The series might be theirs unless we see a Reno pickup or something that's going to be able to block some damage. I guess second rank Bruiser is that damage block, but would that even be enough?
Well, the power of second rank Bruiser is that you can fit it in with something else, and the only thing that they have in their hand is the Acidic Swamp Ooze, which is pretty useless.
Yeah.
And now Team Liquid could be staring at their final turn. Let's go ahead and listen in with them. This is their tournament life on the line.
So, they need 3 damage. They played Fireball, Frostbolt, missiles.
There's like a torch,
and
portal.
Second rate.
Yeah, it's safer. And hope for Reno.
Oh no!
Looks like our run is over.
Yeah.
Attack with Drake. It's little.
No, if we go Fireball
It's
phase,
Little, yeah, 7.
Fireball phase.
Yeah,
Wait,
Fireball
7.
phase is
Yeah, it's
little.
little. Yeah, Oof, nice.
Okay.
All right, and with that, Virtus.Pro takes the series. They move on to the losers finals tomorrow against Complexity. See some celebration from them, and what that means is Team Liquid's run in the Trinity Series has come to an end.
4th place is where Team Liquid finishes, and Virtus.Pro will move on to day number 3. Now you gotta wonder, what went wrong for Team Liquid? Was it the fundamental strategy? If it's not the fundamental strategy, maybe banning Druid is okay, but maybe reevaluate the deck lists? It seems like the team even disagreed a little bit on how to build certain things. You know, Nyria was saying for a long time, do we want to have Spellbreaker over the Blast Crystal Potion? You know, he's been actually asking this all throughout the weekend. And a lot of times, sometimes you want Spellbreaker, especially if you're expecting a more aggressive lineup from your opponents. You know, Blast Crystal Potion is fantastic in the slower matchups because you're playing it in the late stages of the game and you get to develop, allows you to tempo out. But in the early stages of the game, you can see how crippling it is. That's exactly the reasons why when Blast Crystal Potion was revealed last year for Meat Streets at Gadget Stand, people were hesitant to say it was a good card. They're like, well, do I really want to play this on curve? I'm going to be so far behind. Until they realize you can do it later stages in the game and it'd be good.
Yeah, so big win for Virtus.Pro. You got to hand it to Team Liquid, though. Finished the regular season in 1st place, had a great run there, and came into the finals with a bold strategy. And it got a reward. I don't want to call it creativity. I don't know if it's creativity, but just
Creativity.
alternative styles of play. If that strategy had ended up working out for them, they look like geniuses.
Yeah, they would look very cutting edge because they'd be the one innovating onto the meta. And this is one of the last tournaments you'll see in this Mean Streets of Gadsden patch. We know that Ungoro is coming very soon. And with the reveal of the cards this morning, people are more excited than ever. This could be one of the last meaningful opportunities to innovate outside the championships themselves. But if you're a Team Liquid fan in general, don't be too disappointed. Nyria next week has an opportunity in the Bahamas to potentially win the championships and go to BlizzCon. So at least there's an opportunity for Team Liquid there.
Represent himself and his team over there. But take a look at the bracket. Luminosity waits in the grand finals for the winner of Complexity versus Virtus.Pro. One more day of competition. It's been a long 7 weeks, 9 weeks since we started. Actually, 10 weeks since we started. It's been even longer than that. And tomorrow it'll all come to an end as we crown a champion and give away a ton of prize money. Speaking of prize money, Team Liquid still $15,000 across the team, 5,000 for each player. Definitely not bad for them. But yeah, I guess a little bit of a bitter end. Yeah, they're lighthearted guys. I mean, they're not going to take this defeat too hard. But it is a lot of money to give up by losing this early in the finals.
Yeah, I do think that if they evaluate their deck list, I think their strategy actually has a lot of legitimacy to it. I love the fact that they're trying to convert a deck list or deck that they feel is not that strong into a win. The only problem is that, once again, I think in a format like last year's Standing, I think it's okay to have a couple of throwaway decks. The way they built the Reno Mage was versatile. They wanted to be able to fight all kinds of decks. But if you know that you're opening yourself to an aggro deck that specifically is so dominant, try to see if you can curtail your strategy to that, because you have plenty of other versatile decks in the entire format.
Yeah.
I think it's okay. I think they should have built the Reno Mage a lot more anti-aggro, especially because the way those two games went for them in the past couple days.
Yeah, but at this point, I guess we'll never know what could have been. But what we do know is that Virtus.Pro is moving on to the matches tomorrow. So we have Admirable standing by for a couple words with the winners.
That's right. It's Trinity tonight with our winning team. And there's the man who made it all possible with a change to his hair, Dr. Hippie, Naaman, and Bunny Hopper. Guys, moving on to tomorrow and potentially 2 matches for you guys to come. Talk to me about this set real quick. What do you guys feel went really right, and what do you feel didn't go quite so right for y'all in this one?
The Warrior went well. It went right. Yeah, the other decks. I mean, I didn't get the chance to play Hunter, the worst part.
Oof.
Yeah, I really wanted to play Hunter.
Yeah, that's the worst part for me and TJ as well.
Yeah.
It was worst part for all of us, I think.
I'm sorry.
Not seeing Hunter in play.
It's a sad day.
Yeah.
But there's always tomorrow.
Maybe
tomorrow. We did see Complexity beat Hunter earlier in the set, and I'm not going to ask you guys questions anything specifically about the deck, but does that come into play at all?
I will have to think about it.
Because you could prove that you're the better Hunter than Luminosity is in this instance. 1 game sample sizes are what do that.
Well, but
maybe we'll see.
Maybe Paladin is better to pick.
Could be in that match.
Maybe we'll pick both. We'll have to think about it.
Speaking of tomorrow and preparation, what are you guys going to end up doing for tomorrow? Because, again, potentially 2 matches, that's 2 best of 11s that could be on the horizon. What are you guys going to do to make sure you're prepared?
Probably they need to change hair color. They color hair.
Ooh, that's a good point. Naaman, are you up for this?
No, I got it explicitly forbidden to do that.
Explicitly? Who is that?
I got the offer that if I put my hair colored, then my girlfriend is going to put hers blue, and I really don't want that.
But then Dr. Hippie will make his green afterwards as well. It could be a full rainbow of colors between the. That's what you told me earlier.
I mean, so it's not forbidden. It's just, the offer is if mine goes like white or something, then hers goes blue. So I'll have to evaluate if that's worth.
And that's what you guys have been doing the whole time, evaluating your percentages, what your chances are in the matchup.
Exactly.
I think it's a good deal. Tomorrow, when you're playing against Complexity, should you guys win that match, what do you feel your chances are against Luminosity? Are you guys feeling good about that one, or is that one you're a little bit worried about?
I mean, in terms of the lower bracket final, we would have really liked to face Complexity, what we're going to do, because we didn't really want to face Luminosity once again before the grand final. So yeah, I mean, Luminosity, in terms of decks, is going to be really hard for us, but we're going to find solutions, and hopefully it's going to be a good one.
I hope it's going to be a good one. I'm really looking forward to it. And then I guess last question for you guys is against Luminosity. Again, we were talking about how you guys didn't want to play against them. But what do you think would be the sweetest way to beat them? Would you rather beat them in the Nail Biter 11, or would you rather just get the 6-0 stomp?
6-0 with the Hunter.
6-0.
So you are playing Hunter against Luminosity?
Probably.
Yeah. Ooh, confirmed. Well, thank you guys very much. Congratulations on your win, and good luck tomorrow in your matches. You guys got a long day ahead of you. So that's going to wrap things up for today. 2 matches down, 1 more day to go before we crown a champion. Let's go over to TJ to take us out.
That's right. In the words of Frodan, it's been a high-octane day of Hearthstone matches. And as the dust settles, Team Liquid has been the first victim of the Trinity Arena. Tomorrow, we'll crown a champion and give away the $75,000 first prize. So day 3 will return, same time, same place. So we'll see you there.